What's up, everybody? We are in the building. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you guys, man, again for another week of tuning in to the Lambo Drew Leverage Show. I'm your host, Lambo Drew, man, and thank you guys for rocking with the money team tonight. Man, you guys are going to enjoy this one. I'm really excited about this one. These two know I had the chance to, for the broadcast, just to tell them a little bit of how much I really appreciate the two of these gentlemen and what they have meant to me, man, and just a little small expansion. We didn't get a chance to have this big, long conversation that I would love to, but don't worry about it. As the program go on, we're going to go on, man, with a little bit more. So I'm thankful for you guys. Man, listen, let me know how y'all week has been. Talk to me. Let me know what's out there, how the family is doing. My voice, look, they made me try to save my voice just for today, just for tonight. Because eventually I really wasn't going to do the show. I was going to allow them to do it. But because of them saying, Andrew, please, could you save your voice for us? I went on ahead and I did this, that. So that's why y'all see me on the show tonight. So shout out to you guys, man. Again. It's definitely been a trying week, man, for me. I'm keeping 100 with y'all, man. Those who have known, man, thanks for all your prayers. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for everything, man. For those who have reached out to me, man, and who got out to me and said, Drew, man, we've been praying for you, man. We kept you in our prayers. We sent wonderful positive healing your way, man, wonderful energy your way. And thank you guys, each and every single one for that, man. I needed it. That was heartfelt. For some of y'all probably didn't even notice, and I really don't have to go through this, but this weekend and everything, man, going through my battle of episodes, I couldn't really go ahead, man, and talk too much. So unfortunately, man, I had to take a time out, get myself and everything, man, right. Let some higher people go ahead and take care of me. And I'm thankful for that, especially for the supportive wife and a wonderful family that I have. So you guys don't know, man, what we may be facing each and every single week just to come back to bring you this broadcast. But we're thankful each and every single week for you guys. And I save my voice for these two gentlemen tonight. Trust me, man, y'all better be rocking and rolling with us, man. So shout out to, man, Mr. Jamal Titus definitely going to be in the building tonight. And Mr. Kennard Haynie, man, is in the building tonight. So I'm excited about this tonight because I've been telling them, I said, man, look, I see you guys doing great things. I see what y'all doing in life. See y'all going further. And I see some things even opening up. So for the ones, man, who truly desire to learn about crypto, to learn about the metaverse, to learn about even some economical things that may be changing that you guys may not be used to, you guys definitely want to go ahead, man, and get a hold of this broadcast tonight. Send this broadcast to somebody tonight. Send it through Messenger, send it through a text, send it through somebody. Y'all get on board and let's be a unit of a family tonight. Because, man, I'm more of a fan of these two than anybody else who comes on my show. I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm more of a fan, not just a friend, but a fan of these two because I'm excited to see the things that they're doing and the levels that they're going in life. So y'all go ahead and definitely help me wonderful, get my wonderful guests in here. But listen, before they come on, I want to go ahead and give some shout outs real quick. Shout out to your LA Law. I see you in the building. Thank you for coming on the Lambo Drew Leverage Show, showing love each and every single week. Definitely happy Tuesday. It's a great day for everyone, man. It definitely is. My baby giving me the heart emoji. I'm giving her the wink emoji. Y'all know what that means. The heart and the wink emoji. So for my married people out there, y'all know what that means. For the heart and the wink emoji. So shout out to my baby, man. Thank you, yeah. Thank you for getting me better, man, because each and every single day, people don't know the battle that I've actually been going through. But I thank my wifey and my wonderful kids, man, for allowing me, man, to get a little bit better, to be able to at least be on the platform tonight. Again, shout out to you, Miss O'Reilly, man. Reagan in the building, man. Shout out to the fam. Oh, man. Reagan, I did get your message. Shout out to you. Those who know Dr. Chris Brooks was on the broadcast. This was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I want to say. 2 weeks ago. Shout out to Larry Stacy for last week. That was phenomenal, man. If you guys missed that, definitely go catch up on that. But 2 weeks ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago, Dr. Chris Brooks was on. And for those who were able to take advantage of his venture group, capital group. Make sure you guys get a hold of him. If you guys got some projects, especially if you guys are in the fintech and also the e-commerce space. I'm giving something to y'all. You guys are in the fintech or e-commerce space. You guys want to be able to get with him. He worked, they like, I'm telling you, the whole crew is really big on fintech. So for those who are out there, make sure you guys get a hold of them, because I'm telling you guys right now, man, Dr. Chris Brooks is helping to change lives with the Brown Venture Capital Group. I think it's the Brown Venture Group or something like that. So y'all make sure y'all email Chris at Brown Venture Group, Chris at Brown Venture Group. If you guys are definitely want to go ahead and get some funding for your vision and funding for some of your goals that you guys got planned. So shout out to you guys, man, for that. My guy Jamal, he's already in the building. I already know. Jamal, you didn't have to do it, but since you did it anyway, shout out to you. Jamal Titus is in the building. Shout out to you, Jamal Titus, in the building. And shout out to him, man. I couldn't have had a better friend to help push me tonight to say, Andrew, you know what? Take care of yourself first so that you can come do the show with us, man. And I'm so glad that I'm on here. You guys really, really, really don't know. I'm so glad that I'm actually on here and getting back healthy and stuff like that again. Let me tell y'all something right now before I bring them on. The lungs, and for those who are out there, the lungs and your body is something you must take care of. For those who've been trying to neglect their body, neglect their health, please listen to your body. Slow down, take care of your health. Make sure that you guys are able to withstand if an attack was to come against you, and your body and everything, man, is not able to go on ahead and perform well. Listen, I'm taking that as full caution. Me, Lambo Drew, you're hearing it. That like I thought that I was the most infamous one. Everything would bounce back off of me. Listen, I'm telling y'all this right now. Take care of your body. This virus and everything else that is out here, make sure you take care of it, man. Because if not, I'm trying to tell you right now, if your body starts failing, I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care how much good your credit is. I don't care how many business deals you do. Care how much friends and family and all of that other stuff. All of that other stuff, man, leaves out the way, man, if you are no longer here to be able to take care of yourself. So for those who are out there, if you're struggling, man, with weight issues, you're struggling with any mental issues, any issues of infirmity, even in your body or whatever, make sure you guys go ahead and take advantage and get help for that. I'm big in that, man. Even for those who out there, man, last week, I had a bunch of y'all hit me up for marriage issues. Said, man, Drew, you know what? Pray for me in my marriage, man. Things are not going well. You know, man, listen, man, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm here for you guys, because I'm telling you guys this right now. Believe it or not, man, everybody is under attack some form or fashion. And the two men who are sitting on this platform, they haven't been no exception to going ahead, man, and not being attacked. They've been attacked. We have personal attacks. We have physical attacks, mental attacks, spiritual attacks. But these attacks do not define you from keep going, keep moving forward, keep gaining momentum, keep gaining ground. There are more people that are out there who are attached to your voice than what you think. And I'm telling you, the pursuit of your passion will relieve you to have a reward into your purpose. The pursuit of your passion will relieve you to have a reward into your purpose. The pursuit of your passion will relieve you to have a reward when you're in your purpose. So I'm telling you guys this right now. Do not stop. Don't give up. Some of you guys, man, may have tried to tap out, man, like, Drew, life has hit me. This has hit me. That has hit me. Listen, Lambo Drew is on here right now. Listen, I'm not a rapper. I'm not an athlete. I'm an entrepreneur. So shout out to my boy Justin Owens and everything, man, for the shirt. Dope gear. Y'all gonna see me rocking it, man, every single week this month. Shout out to my boy Justin Owens and New Age CEO. It's my guy, really killing it, man. So you guys really want to take advantage of that. And I got to get this to you. Man, I know I'm talking a lot, but I really want to get these two on here. I got to get this to you. Some of y'all have been trying to say, you know what, Drew, we've been making some mistakes, man, in some of the things that we've been doing, some of the things that we've been going about the way you treat people. Some of y'all think, man, that just because you give a stern answer to somebody, that stern answer to somebody is actually, man, going to be offensive to them or offensive to you. Some of y'all need to stop playing in people's games. These mental games that people are actually playing, I'm telling y'all this right now. Y'all need to stop playing games with these people. People who are out here to take advantage of you and misuse you and like literally try to, guard you off of your course of your life. Find out who those people are. I did a whole program about that. I did a whole program on adders and subtractors and neutralizers. Jamal Titus, remember that? I know Ken probably remember that. I did a whole program about that. Know who is here, who is adding to you, who is subtracting to you, and who's trying to neutralize you. For some of you guys who are out here, you guys may have needed to hear that. Somebody's trying to neutralize you or stop you. Don't let nobody with their games, their tricks, or anything try to stop you. You have to have a mental sound mind. And I really want you guys to have a mental sound mind, being able to move forward. I don't want you guys' mind to be so flustered that you can't make a decision. And then that's when people start making irrational decisions and decisions that literally detour their future and take their future off course. For somebody out here that needs to hear this, don't let nobody take your future off course, especially if you know and you see them with games. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all a warning right now for somebody out here who needs to hear that. Don't let nobody steal your future off course, no matter who it is, if it's somebody next to your camp. Get focused, get tunnel vision. Know exactly that the plan that God has placed for your life and move forward towards that. Don't let nothing stop you. And there's a lot of people out here who are letting people in discords and seeds of discord stop them. They're nothing but puppets. Understand the plays that they're doing and cut them off. And I'm telling you this right now. The faster you cut it off, it's like cancer. A doctor cutting cancer off. It has no time or no room to spread. And if you got no room or no time to spread for cancer, you will live a healthy, productive life. I'm telling you guys this right now. And that's from your boy, Lambo Drew. Y'all go on ahead, baby. Don't worry about it. I done went and dropped 2 books this week. Shout out to Lambo Drew. Dropped 2 ebooks this week. Make sure y'all go out there. Go get those 2 books that I dropped this week. I dropped them, Saturday, right? I think Saturday, fellas. I dropped them Saturday. So shout out to me and the crew. We wind up got that together. 2 ebooks. I will make sure that I put the link tree here in the comments. If you guys want to go to the store, go purchase the ebooks, man. Go let it change your life. One is on building business credit. I'm telling you, I gave a whole gameplay. There's over 23 pages in there. 23 pages. Some of the stuff y'all have never heard of on YouTube or nothing like that. So I dropped a lot of game in there. And I turned around, I got a do-it-yourself credit repair system. Somebody just buy that to gift it to somebody. Somebody you may know out there that may have challenge credit, but can't afford a service because their money's funny or their money's kind of tight. Make sure you guys get out there and support people like that. Help people, man. The ebooks, I made them really, really, really affordable. I know y'all probably thinking of what is the price and stuff like that. Listen, y'all, for the price of 4 $20 bills, less than $100, you guys can have 2 ebooks. I made them at $39.99 each, $40 each. So I'm here to help change your culture and help change whatever direction that you guys have been going. I'm here to take that ship and steer it in the right direction, steer it back on course. So you guys, make sure you guys go on ahead. I will post the link tree that is in here for those 2 ebooks. I may have to see if I can have my wife post it. If not, I'll post it myself. And we're going to make sure that we get it right. Hold on, let me see. I may post it right now, man. I may post it right now. Look at this. My guy. Shout out to my guy. Y'all don't even know who's watching, but one of my guys, Trey Colley, right now is watching. Shout out to my guy, Trey, for who he is. Trey has been an amazing guy, 21, 22 years old. Just hit his first $1 million right now. So shout out to Trey and the entire thing that Trey is doing. For anybody who's out there who needs branding and marketing, don't worry about that. I'm going to leave that for my team members only. Y'all get with me and holler at me. So listen, shout out to Ken's lifelong dear friend since 4th grade, Mr. Kevin Morrow, Baltimore is in the house, huh? Is that Kevin Morrow from Baltimore? Shout out to you, Kevin, man. Thank you, man, for coming on to the show, man, tonight, man. Listen, I don't want to go ahead, man. I see all these comments and stuff like that. I didn't miss all these comments. Shout out to you, Ronnie Ron, baby. I see you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. She said, hey, everyone. My guy, Jamal Titus, laughing, man. Cuz is in the building. Tyler Walker, man. Shout out to you, Cuz. Glad to see you healthy, sending positive energy and everything you wait, man. Thank you, Cuz, man. Love you for that, man. We really got to connect, too. So make sure you shoot me your number on some other stuff so we'll get connected. Ken say, yeah, here we go, man. Amen to your voice, Lambo Drew. Thank you. My wife say, are you listening? She let me know if I'm listening to my own advice because they know how hard I go. So those who know me knows who know me. CMOS is good too, Miss Reagan. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do that, man. I'm going to jump into that CMOS. So shout out to it. Yes, I had to slow it down on that. I was trying to do it and start back and focus on my health. It's hard to, but I know God's got me for sure because we got business to handle. And P.S. Drew Down, you are listening to your body now. What about them tonsils, bro? Hey, listen. So for somebody who's funny out there and who people who don't know this, Drew Dog still got his tonsils in his mouth. Lambo Drew still has his tonsils, okay? When my tonsils flare up, I am the worst that you have ever seen, okay? So I was actually going to go and get my tonsils done, taken out like a couple years back. And then I heard how bad they hurt now at this age of getting your tonsils taken out. And I decided to say, no, don't even worry about it. I'll go through the pain. We'll be all right. So unless emergency surgery happens and I'm out cold under, some sort of anesthesia or whatever, I'm not getting these tonsils taken out. So don't even worry about it. But yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure that I keep them under control. Thank you, Ronnie Ron. Please send that website for the shirts, Lambo. Hey, I am definitely gonna send that for it's called New Age CEO. New Age here. I'm gonna type it in. New Age CEO. Y'all go and holler at my boy Justin. Man, he is. Listen to me. Justin Owens is powerful. I never tell you guys anything that, especially if anybody's rocking with me and they know me, I'll never tell you guys anything that that is not definitely going to go ahead and help benefit you. There it is. It's on the screen. New Age CEO. New Age CEO. I just posted it on there. So go to newageceo.com. Y'all go follow Justin even on YouTube. I think he's on Facebook. It's not that big on Facebook that I know that he's on Instagram, IG, man. So y'all go follow Justin Owens. Man, if y'all have never heard Justin Owens, or y'all have never heard one of our other good friends who roll with us, Jeremy Anderson, you guys are missing out. Jeremy Anderson and Justin Owens. Y'all too, go look them up. Y'all can go Google them up. They deal heavily. I will say Justin deals heavily with the trading side of things. Forex, stuff like that, anything with the trading stock markets. That's his thing. But he is an awesome philanthropist. So y'all make sure y'all going ahead, man, look him up. And as well as my guy, my good friend, Jeremy Anderson, y'all go look him up, which he's a life coach, an amazing life coach. No, y'all heard of E.T. the hip hop preacher, right? Those who've heard of E.T. the hip hop preacher, Jeremy Anderson and E.T., they roll together. So they're in the same ballpark. And they, matter of fact, all three of them, if I'm not mistaken, even David McKnight, if I'm not mistaken, David McKnight, they all are working in the same arena. So you guys make sure y'all going ahead, support that movement. That movement is awesome. I'm always going to give y'all guys some insights on some really great stuff. So shout out to them for that, man. All right, so I did send that invite. I'm listening to you too. I bet you are. My mother-in-law, shout out to you, Linda Williams. Kevin Morrow say, hey, man, my guy. Shout out from Kevin, man. Baltimore, man. Man, that's Ken's good friend, man. Kevin and Ken, I like that. Shout out to Lambo Drew, the entrepreneur, the author now. Yes, sir. The author is in the building. Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. First books that I read. Trust me, I got already more that are getting ready to come out. So you guys definitely want to make sure y'all take advantage of that. Shout out to Ken's longtime dear friend. Yeah, I think I already got that win. Congratulations, Trey. Yep. Thank you for the shout out, Ken. I still have mine, Lambo. What you still got, Ken? What Ken still got? I want to know what Ken still got. What Ken still got? We got to see. Type it in the links, Ken, or what you still got. because I'm getting ready to put the for those who want to purchase the book, I'm getting ready to put this in the link tree now, in the description now. Oh, tonsils. Yeah, you still have yours. He said he still got his tonsils. Shout out to you and everything, man, for still having your tonsils, Ken. Jamal, you still got your tonsils, JT? Let me see. I don't know if he still got his tonsils or not. Let me see. See if he still got them. He said, yeah, he still got his. Well, how come mine is like the only one that's just jacked up around here, man? Mine is like the only one that's jacked up, dude. I don't even understand it, bro. So shout out to you guys. Jamal got his. Ken got his. I'm excited about that, man. Thank you guys, man. For real, for real. All right, so I am putting this now on the stream. Y'all let me know when y'all have seen this post or pinged in a comment. And can y'all go on ahead and oh wow, hold up. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here. I'm trying to see something real quick. I'm trying to see what's going on here, man. If I can post or not. Let me see. All right, did that go through? Did I did put it. Here we go. It's right there on the screen. https://link tr.ee/Lambo Drew. Link tree. But that's a dot after the R and the E. Link tree. Okay, did y'all get it? https //link LINKTR.ee/Lambo Drew. Lambo Drew. You should be able to enter that in, and it should pop right up. And that whole link tree should pop right up where you guys can go ahead, order the ebooks, but also be able to go watch the YouTubes as well and everything, man, on there. So shout out to you guys on that. Again, that's on the screen. https. If y'all need to see it, y'all go back and catch the replay. // link tree / my bad, I say / back, y'all hear me, y'all laughing at me now too. All right, listen, / link tr.ee/Lambo Drew. Yeah, as you see, people getting me right. So thank y'all for getting me right, man, on here. So that's the site, man. Y'all go ahead and go order the ebooks, man. Let it be a blessing to y'all life, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Yes. We going through these comments. I got to bring my guys on now. We taking too much time. I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know. My wife said something. Here we go. I'm trying to get it. Yeah. Warning comes before destruction. We talked about that last night. So for those who are out there, if you guys missed what I said earlier, man, remember, warning comes before destruction. Whatever happens, man, if something is uneasiness or somebody is trying to steal your peace or something like that, listen to the signs, man. Listen to the signs. Don't just dive in it because you're giving you're weak to your flesh or weak to your emotions and you want to cuss somebody out and drag somebody and everything, man, by the hair and beat the living breaks out of them. Listen, remember, your character speaks way more than what your words will ever speak. Your character speaks way more than what your words ever speak. And for those who out there who need an attitude adjustment, please go ahead and buy the book, Atomic Bad Habits by James Clear. If you guys haven't had that, Atomic Bad Habits by James Clear. Yeah, Ken's already on that. Shout out to my guy, Ken. I'm seeing him backstage putting that book on there. So we getting ready to go ahead and get that. Please get that. And let that book allow to change your life and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it'll help you guys out. My wife says she heard of ET. Shout out to you. Jamal Titus, yeah, that's the link tree for you guys to order the book again. Shout out to Cynthia Davis. Thank you, Cynthia. Shout out to Renata. Thank you, baby. And shout out to PC Smith, who definitely rocked. Now, listen, we done took way too much time. I got two guys. I done took 25 minutes of running all of this stuff. I did not mean to take 25 minutes with these two, because these two guys can go for 3 hours. I'm telling y'all this right now. See, it's not, look, y'all getting scared like 3 hours. No, these two guys, these two gentlemen, I'm so happy to bring them to the show. I don't want to go ahead and waste any more time. They are some dear, dear, dear people to me. And I trust and I value the vision that they're actually going forward in life with. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be shocked. So definitely grab a hold of your pens, your pad, grab something to write with, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of information that they're going to bring to you. But we're also going to give you the information to them at the end of this so you guys can all connect to Ken and Jamal and reach out to them personally. So without my president, without my head. Oh, hold on. My guy Tracy's in the building. Tracy, shout out to you. Thank you, Tracy. Man, my wife told me you reached out to me. Jamal said you reached out. Thank you. For those who don't know, this is your first time hearing my voice in the last few days, so people haven't been able to hear it. So thank you. Thank you for your prayers, Tracy, man. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your family. Brother, we love you, man. All right, man. So listen, I got to bring these guys on here now. No more comments. I get the comments and everything, man. Do out of the screen. Shout out to Mr. Jamal Titus and Mr. Kennard Haynie. Welcome to the building, man. What's up, fellas?
Oh,
hey, you know. I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this before we even get started. All right, folks, y'all want to get those ebooks? You got to understand something. This brother, and this is who you rolling with. All right. Last week he had to cancel all his appointments. He could not talk. Yeah, and he didn't go into a pity party. What did he do? He was thinking about the community. He was thinking about the people. What he do? He writes 2 ebooks while he's down, and then drops them on Saturday. And I'm telling you, y'all getting some of the sauce that people got to pay a little. They got to make a major investment in their life change, because I made it. And I'm gonna tell you, it's been beneficial. And I will say this, I know we're going to talk about crypto, we're going to talk about the metaverse, but utilizing what I've learned from Drew, just earlier today, I was able to get a 23-year-old client approved for a $30,000 line of credit on a credit card. 23 years old. 23 years old. I didn't have no 30,000 line at 23. So folks, $40 for each book, $80 total. There's no reason why you can't do it if you want to change in your life. That's all I want to say. And I'm even getting copies of the book because I didn't take probably the best notes during my training time, to tell the truth. But I learned enough to make a difference.
Hey, man, you know what? The teacher, man, and I got some people who are learning that now. Shout out to my guy Tracy, who's in the program, who are learning that more about me now. Like, you're gonna see, I'm gonna overload you with a wealth of information, but I want you to know that you're gonna succeed. And as I see Jamal and Ken as my successors, they are literally taking things into the next level. And I see the mantle being passed down, and I see what it's being given out to. And they haven't even had the cusp yet to even start tapping into some of the things that they're going to do. So some of the things that they're going to talk about, this is things that they talk about. Like, they live this thing. They live, breathe, eat, sleep, get back up, take a snack bar, and go back at this thing again. These two tonight, I couldn't have been more happier, man. And I'm telling you, I'm more ecstatic than any other name. Doesn't matter what name you put up. You mentioned Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie. I stopped and I said, those two gentlemen have my attention. They got my full attention, because that's the respect level that I have for them. And that's the respect level we're going to keep it. So tonight, man, I'm ecstatic about you. Yeah, I wrote the book, 2 ebooks last week. Thank you for those kind words, Jamal. Ken will know. I wrote those 2 books last week on my back. Can't talk, couldn't do nothing. The broadcast, if y'all seen both broadcasts last week, I barely could even stand up in the broadcast or even really open my mouth. My condition even got worse after I talked with Jamal early Saturday morning, right? And then my condition turned around and grew worse right back after that, the day I released the books and stuff. So I'm trying to tell y'all right now, perseverance is everything. So I'm so ecstatic about these two because they have persevered through a lot, and you're gonna get the same thing that I see. What I go through, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna adopt that shark mentality around here. You're gonna adopt the mentality not to give up. I don't care if I had to be here with IV sticking up out of me today. If I had to have a trait out of my neck, God forbid, I hope I don't have that. But if I had a trait figured out, I was gonna be here only because they asked me to. And Jamal said, Andrew, could you please just rest yourself from yesterday? And majority, that's what even though you guys don't want to know what I did today. But I still put in work before I got here. You're not going to stop me from doing that. But I preserved this voice just for you guys today, man. You guys, people who don't know, just a day or two ago, I couldn't even go 10, 15 minutes without wincing for air, coughing up all this mucus and couldn't breathe and all of this stuff. It was bad. So I couldn't go 10, 15 minutes without even talking. So for me to be here today, just to talk and speak, is everything. Now that means I'm gonna go rest my voice after this today. Trust me, because I still got a whole lot of more healing to do. But I thank you guys, man, for pushing me, fellas, tonight. Thank y'all.
Well, the program wouldn't have been right without you, though. You know, so we had to make
over that.
I understand that we gonna help the people tonight. Yes, we are. But still, the energy that you bring, we're following up behind you. You are the reason why we are here. And so it just needs to be stated. And once again, you know, people got to understand, and this is over several weeks, life hits us. Life happened. Yeah. But it's all about how we deal with those situations. Whether you're going to go up somewhere and crawl up and cry and go into a pity party, or you're going to start swinging and say, guess what? This is not going to stop me. It might slow me down. It might change my tactics. But guess what? You can still figure out a way to get things done. Yeah. And I thank you for, you know, showing that example. And then even some of the testimonies of, you know, many of the other ones who you've had on since the beginning of the year and how they've shared in their transparency. But let's get into this because the first thing we really want to talk about is what is cryptocurrency? And folks, y'all need to put your questions in the comments because now
my wife just got a question. She say, "Nice shirt, Jamal Titus."
Oh yeah. You know, I'm representing, I'm helping. This is the community. This is the Lambo. He was on what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, Brandon was on 2 weeks ago. Yep. Be savage.
You know, so we are supporting one another. We're building this thing, and this is what we do. If you're not looking for a community where you can share your gifts and talents, your testimony, and then be supported, you know, I don't want to be anywhere else. You know, but I love this community. But what is crypto?
What did Ken say?
I said I brought my book. Sure, yeah, so I brought the book.
Ken said he brought the book.
But, bruh, I'm still waiting for Damien's book to be delivered too, to be released. But we go.
I beat and wrote about 5 more before that happens. Y'all go ahead. No.
But
it should be coming soon.
So what we're going to do is we're going to define what cryptocurrency is, and I'm gonna take y'all a little bit to understand that what we've been taught is money. This is not money. Yeah. This is actually currency.
Yeah.
So when you start talking about what is currency, currency is something that a group or a community, a country, a city, or whatever else has gotten together and they said that we will use this as a means of payment. Okay. And so what a lot of us haven't realized is that the currency's changed since this country is founded. Like the words that you see on this stuff here, and I rarely even carry this anymore, but the words that are on here are a lot different today than they were in like 100 years ago.
Okay.
There was different words on these pieces of bill, and you know, I just encourage you to go back and do some research on that. But so whatever people have decided was of value in exchange, be it gold, be it silver, that's something else that Ken is an expert in. He invests in precious metals even before we actually met. And you know, salt, spices, precious gems, all that can be a currency or used as value. See, there he goes, Ken again. And so even during my lifetime, you see this little bit of gray, or I should say light of gray, things have changed because my grandparents and parents and great grandparents, they used to deal with this and write checks. That's how they rolled. And since I've been born, they've come out with the ATM machine. So the ATM machine and the cards, then the online banking, the debit cards with the Visa logo, the use of credit cards, which, you know, all of us in most cases have credit cards, but these are all means by which we exchange value and use for payment. And so what you have to understand is that cryptocurrency is just the natural evolution or the next change. You know, our parents was like, when the debit cards came out or even the online banking, I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with that. Oh, what's going on? I'd rather go into the bank and deal with folks and this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? They finally learned how to use the online banking, the online bill pay, you know. So now when it comes to cryptocurrency, once again, there's communities of people that have gotten together, they're giving value to certain currencies. They're using it. They're starting to use it as a form of exchange. There's a lot of speculation right now. There's a lot of volatility. But folks, you got to realize that when Fidelity, one of the biggest investment banks, has stated last week that now they're offering Bitcoin as an option in people's 401k, it ain't going nowhere. When Goldman Sachs says that they bringing up a fund and allowing their clients to invest in Bitcoin, it's not going anywhere. They're not. These institutions are all about making money. And if they're getting into it, that needs to tell you whether you believe it or don't believe it, don't think it's real, or whatever the case may be. You need to start taking a closer look because it is not going anywhere. And guess what? In another 100 years, it may even be something different.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why it's important. The reason why you're hearing a lot of the FUD also is the fact that what's more important than the opportunity of making money and making large amounts of money is the fact that cryptocurrency, the cryptoverse, has cut out the central banks in the traditional banking system. Before, you had to go, and if you wanted to wire money, you got to go to the bank, you got to go to Western Union. Guess what? They charge you a fee in order to do it, which you may agree to pay or you think is absorbent or whatever else. And, you know, when you got to transfer that money, especially overseas or to another country, this is something that you got to deal with until now with cryptocurrency, with the wallet, I could send a currency from the United States to anywhere in the world to an individual directly to them. And what allows the trust to be built compared to what the traditional banks, you know, the traditional banks are around and, you know, we trust banks. We have bank accounts. You know, I used to work for banks. I don't like banks when you really understand how they taking advantage of you, which that's another story for another day. But the technology, the blockchain technology, and the fact that you have these millions of computers that witness the transaction between, say, me and Ken, and there's all these witnesses because of the blockchain technology, then there won't be any argument as to whether a transaction happened or not.
Okay.
You know, it gets a little tricky if you don't pay attention and you send it to the wrong address, which is a rarity. That might have been 5 years ago that there might have been a lot more mistakes sending stuff to the wrong place. But I have not run into any situations with anybody that I know that did not purposely send something from one place to another. Now, you do have to watch the scams, but in that situation, they thought maybe something else was going to happen, but it was a definite A to B transaction. And with that A to B transaction, and I'm going to get ready to be quiet, the fact is you own the money in the custodial wallets. There's no bank. A bank can't freeze your wallet. A bank can't, the government can't freeze your wallet. Now, your crypto on centralized exchanges, yes, those can be frozen. Those can be limited. Those have extra restrictions on it. But once you get it off the exchange and put it into your custodial wallet, whether it's online or what they call a cold wallet, which is a device that you would carry around, it is yours. Nobody has access to it unless you give up the code. And folks, you never want to give up the code to anyone. You know, you might not even want to give the code up to your estate after you're done and gone. You know, you're gone on to the next plane if those folks who have access to that estate ain't acting right. But that's where the control comes in. And that's what the governments, that's what the central banks are scared to death of, is power to the people. Cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology allows power to the people. If you got a project that you want or a business that you want to get financing for, you don't have to do no business plan to a bank where somebody sitting behind a desk may or may not like you or how you look or whatever else and deny you that loan. You can go to the global market. You go with your white paper, which explains exactly what it is that you're looking to do, the timetables and why you think you could do it. People will vet you and look at you and see if you had the credentials or look like you had the experience to get something done. And if they believe in your project, they'll send you some money.
Yeah.
And now you have the money to do whatever it is to fulfill your project or business. And that's the way it ought to be. And so the crypto market, the cryptoverse, I liken it to what happened with the internet. When the internet came on the scene, it leveled the playing field for access to information and also connecting people globally. So once again, for the financial markets, the cryptoverse, as I like to call it, has leveled the playing field for access to funds, capital, wealth, opportunity. You don't have to be a qualified investor in order to do a deal where you would only need to invest maybe $1,000, $2,000, you know, with the best returns. But it levels the playing field and allows people true ownership of their resources. And that's huge when you start talking about especially other governments outside the US. So any questions and whatever Ken would like to add, you know, I'm gonna be quiet.
I know we can't wait to hear from Ken. But, you know, you guys, Jamal did a great job of explaining that. And then for those who may need some questions, please write them in the topic. And we got a special guy tonight who I see jumped on here. Shout out to my guy Rod for Points Blank Travel, man. Also, who has a crypto channel as well. So he's making sure you guys are tuning up y'all game tonight, man. So make sure that y'all are saying the right stuff because you got another crypto expert on here too as well. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Rod at Points Blank Travel, man, at Points Blank Travel. And he also got a crypto channel as well. He's got like 5 different channels. So y'all Follow my guy, Ride at Points Blank Travel, man. It's my guy in the building. Now, the guy who's coming on here now to come talk, please follow him, man. That's my guy, Mr. Kennard Haynie, man. And I'm telling you, he is in the building. He's got a channel too as well. Y'all go follow him at YouTube at Kennard Haynie. YouTube at Kennard Haynie. Y'all go follow and like and subscribe to his channel as well. That's the gentleman that you guys are getting ready to hear from now. Without ado, go ahead, take it away, Mr. Ken.
Wow, Lambo Drew, I'm glad your voice, brother, is back. I was waiting for you to break out in that cameo song, Sparkle, like you did.
Y'all better stop it, man. Y'all better stop it.
I didn't mean to cut Jamal off. I was like, I'm waiting for Sparkle. Come on, Lambo. Get back.
Man, come on. Man, give the people what they came to give, Ken. Ken want to crack jokes on him.
All right.
This is brilliant. Y'all make sure y'all follow Ken at YouTube at Kennard Haynie. Go like, subscribe to his channel. He got to do some amazing videos every week. Please, please, please go ahead and do that. I'm leaving it on. Go ahead, Ken.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm honored. I'm humble. I got to go backwards, right? Like, I got to tell you a quick story and just touch on what my mentor has helped me understand. So a little over a year ago, I'm watching this guy on YouTube, right? This retired trucker talk about crypto. And he would give the crypto news of the day. And he would always end his broadcast with hit the link, like, subscribe, and share. But then go to the link to see my counselors and book an appointment with one of my counselors so you can learn and understand crypto. Well, I kept watching and following this guy for a little bit. And finally, I just got to the point where let me look at these counselors. So I look at the counselors. They are all specialties, all price ranges. And I just made the decision in my mind that I've got to invest in my education of crypto if I'm ever going to take steps, take action. Why your voice is healed? Obviously by the power of God, Lambo Drew, but you said it earlier. The pursuit of your passion will, and I got to get that correct. Say that. Say that.
Okay. No. What did you write down?
I wrote down pursuit of your passion will you to have a reward in your purpose.
Release the reward.
Release.
Yeah, pursuit your passion, release the reward. Go ahead. Shout out. Look, my wife already, she pumping you up. She said, hey, Ken. Hello, Ken.
Yeah, keep me straight.
She's keeping you straight. Go ahead, Ken. Talk to us, Ken.
So once I made that decision here, right? So we go backwards. I go to my barber, right? I'm finished. I'm sitting there. In comes this handsome gentleman, 2 of his 10 kids. He's talking about this book, The Conspiracy of Credit. I'm an avid reader. I put it in my Amazon wish list, right? The Conspiracy of Credit. Jamal keeps talking. Oh, by the way, our barber's name is Jamal. Jamal.
Okay.
So this is Jamal Jamal. Got it. He's talking about the conspiracy of credit. I'm listening, give him my card. I leave. In fact, we're going backwards, right? But fast forward 3 weeks later, Jamal and I connect. We're talking about credit. Because, Jamal's deep. So he asks questions. He's got quotes. He's got books that he's telling me about, right? So, and you need a notebook when you talk to Jamal, right? And he's a superb active listener. I don't know how we got from credit to crypto. I remember him saying to me, there's like 14,000 cryptocurrencies available for trade right now. At that point in time, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. And then he gets me with another stat. And at that point, I had bought $5 of Bitcoin. I sold the Bitcoin. I don't know where the Bitcoin went. I don't know what it did. But since then, it's all good. I've gotten it back and more. Okay. so that's where this gentleman, this mentor comes into my life, because I made the decision here to invest, to take action. And you mentioned something too about fear earlier, Lambo, and my wife and I talk about that a lot, and Jamal and I talk about it, and that word just paralyzes us, and it doesn't need to. It ought not to. And how you knock it out is you take a step. You get with somebody you trust. You make a decision. You read a book. You go to your work, but you got to do something. It's an action word combats fear. That's the only that I know of. I grew up with it, but it was action that causes fear, right? My friend Kevin Morrow, who's on this broadcast, shout out to you, brother. He can attest to this, right? So I had this dream that I was going to be an NFL football player. And when you had Dr. Chris B. Brooks on here, not only, because the shade thing, you know what I mean? I related. I got another friend that says, you light-skinned brothers ain't been relevant since Al B. Shore. And I'm like, oh, man, why I got to point that out? So when you had Dr. Brooks on here, I was like, thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Lambo. Thank you, Lambo.
Oh man,
bro love, man crush. You know what I mean? He was a linebacker. I was a running back and a wide receiver. Nothing but respect for you, Dr. Brooks. Nothing but respect. And so my dream was to be an NFL football player. Senior year for Kevin and I, back in Baltimore, Maryland. First play after I run a kickoff back, I have the greatest pain I had ever experienced in my life. And two guys just ran through my knee. My leg was planted. They ran through. Kevin saw, witnessed it. My scream probably echoed for miles. And I came out of that moment with a severely sprained left ankle, completely torn anterior cruciate ligament, ACL. And if any of you on the broadcast don't know what your ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, does, it prevents your lower leg from your knee down from swinging side to side. Well, after that moment, my leg went side to side, right? So my NFL football dreams, I think, took a detour, right? And so, here I am. But it happened for a reason, right? I never want to go through that pain again physically. And when you talk about the tonsils, that's enough for me. No, I ain't doing that either. I had that once. So that's the story of how, because I made the decision, and there's an ancient Chinese proverb that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I've read books in my life. I hadn't read this one that he told me about, right? But I've read other books. And when Jamal showed up in my life, I was ready. I was ready to do. I was ready to take action. And so we're talking about crypto, right? So this is going to help you all here's how you understand crypto. You get the fear out of the way. You get the misinformation out of the way that Jamal started with. We've been deliberately, purposefully. There's another book Jamal will recommend to you later too that I read that'll blow your mind, that you have to read. And then he's got a quote for you too that he has to give you. But this is by design that we're taught this is not money. This is not money. It is fiat currency. No currency in the history of the planet has ever lasted longer than the American dollar. Why? It's the petrodollar. It's the reserve currency of the world. When America buys and sells goods abroad, it's transferred into dollars. All these dollars are floating around the world, causing inflation. This is not money. There are 7 characteristics that define money. It is a unit of measure, a store of value. It is it's fungible, it's tangible, it's divisible. There's 2 other definitions of characteristics, right? This does not meet all 7. This meets 5 of them. Okay? This is not money. You want to know what money is besides cryptocurrency? Okay, so the first thing to understand cryptocurrency is forget this. This is not money. It's fiat currency. Call it by its right name. Fiat currency. This is money. This is an American silver eagle, a precious metal. It's an asset. Okay, it's the most widely traded coin on the planet. This is 1 ounce of 0.999 pure 1 troy ounce. A troy ounce is 31.6 ounces. It's slightly higher than a standard ounce, okay? Because we're talking about precious metals, God's money, okay? Well, they say gold is God's money. This is poor man's money, right? You can buy this from your local coin shop. You can buy it online from dealers. Our government here in the United States does not recognize this as currency. However, I could take this 1 ounce American Silver Eagle anywhere in the world, exchange it for, last time I looked, the price of silver is let's say $25, right? I could exchange this for $25 in, say, Russia in rubles, right? Minus a fee to the party that helped me make that change. Okay, this is money. This is money. Now our government says it's not because, well, if it's not money, why does J.P. Morgan Chase hold more of this than any country, entity, organization in the world? Well, now it's the Bank of America because they're doing a trade amongst each other with the physical metal. There's also ETFs for silver. It's called SLV, right? What? Well, it's a question. You could consult your financial planner, but why would I buy a paper version of this when I can have the real version of this? Okay, because this is in my possession. Okay, this is gold. Sorry about my camera here. Okay, can you all see that? Yeah. This is 5 grams of gold. Did you know? The price of gold last time I looked was $1,900 an ounce. Okay, this is 5 grams translated. It's like what? Somebody do the math real fast, but it's like it's a ounce and a half. No, it's not even an ounce. It's not. It's like 3/4. No, like 1/3 of an ounce. Okay, I can't remember what I paid for it at the time, but again, I could go back to my local coin shop and exchange this for these based on this weight and the current price of gold, right? This is money. Our government says it's not, but it is. Another one. I love show and tell. I hope you guys don't mind going back to breakthrough. Because it works for me. I don't care with the college degree or not. Show and tell just works. My oldest daughter, she's an educator, and she heard me on the YouTube. Well, I was telling her I used the word gooder. And she said, Dad, you can't use that word gooder. Because, what if you're talking to people? That's just not an educated word. I said, I know, but that's the whole point of it. It makes fun of it. You know what I mean? And when you read the book that Jamal will recommend for you, the history, the hidden secret of the Jamal, say it. I read it. It's packed away right now, but our educational system came from Prussia. Okay, so I hope I don't offend. But I hope I get excited, some educators that are watching this, okay? Because if you study the roots and the history of the industry that you're in, you'll be amazed to find out that George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, some other great leaders whose names escape me right now, God rest their souls, but they weren't educated traditionally like we were. And they went on to accomplish amazing things, right? Okay, so this is a Utah gold back. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is actually 1/1000th of an ounce of pure gold. Okay, now in Utah, certain merchants will accept this as currency. Okay, now our government won't, but certain business owners and merchants in Utah say, sure, we'll take these. You can buy these online at online retailers, as well as your local precious metals dealers. So this is a type of money, right? This is a type of money. This is real money. Real money. Real money. This is currency, fiat currency. And one of the things that money is used for, or currency is used for, is, right, exchanging goods and services, paying for services, right? So as Jamal said, so now that you understand that this is not money, and you can get this out of your mind, you know that this is money. Even though you may have never seen it before, may not have some, you might change after tonight, hopefully, and go get you some. Here's another tip. So wealthy individuals, organizations, in inflationary times like now, will put a portion of their assets into this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, while they can, so like the experts say that the price of silver has been suppressed for a long time, and it's due to break out. And the last time I looked, the silver to gold ratio was 82-1. So what that meant is for 1 ounce of gold, it would take 82 ounces of silver to equal that, right? So silver has a bigger upside than gold does, right? So invest in silver because the upside is bigger. Regardless of all that, wealthy people take a portion of their assets and put it here because it's very stable, right? It's not, gold, hasn't reached its high in a long time. I mean, like the 1900s that is at is a recent high after like 15, 20 years, but it's just a stable source and place to park your asset. So fast forward to cryptocurrency, right? So it's just genius. Once you understand, as Jamal broke down to you, when you understand what it is, that it's here to stay. Last I looked earlier today, the market capitalization of cryptocurrency is like 1.8 trillion. That's hard. That's higher than the GDP of a lot of countries combined. The fact that a point that Jamal touched on too with Fidelity, they also are coming out with, had to take some notes. They're launching a crypto and metaverse. We'll get there too. They're launching a crypto and metaverse ETF, electronically traded fund. Okay, that's an option. It's because there's a percentage of our population here in America that unless the government gives it a blessing, they won't do it, right? They just, to me, they just haven't gotten educated enough to make a different type of decision. That's all, right? So, because you can go get this, why not? And if it's a bad thing, why are countries buying it? China has the most gold in the world. Russia's number 2, okay, for gold. Well, if it's such a bad thing, why do they have it? Yeah. Maybe you need to get some. As the mentor that part of my mastermind group explained to my wife and I years ago, when he sat us down and he said, "Have you ever heard of guns, gold, and bullets and butter?" No. Well, in Roman times, let's say this was an ounce of gold. Okay. In Roman times, this ounce of gold would get me the toga, the garland wreath, the money purse, the leather sandals, give me the top of the line for 1 ounce of gold. This same ounce of gold today, remember, $1,900, would get me a custom-made suit, a custom shirt for $150, some cufflinks for $250. These aren't $250 yet, but okay. $50 socks, $500 pair of shoes, all for the same 1 ounce. The weight's the same. The value just changed, right? The value's still the same, but it's just the price changed. The value changed, but it's still the same 1 ounce. Okay. So, okay. So this has value. This has value. Your cryptocurrency has value, right? Jamal has often said it's not a loss unless you sell it. You don't have to sell it. But first of all, come up with the strategy. Do some research, right? Put a little work in, put a little skin in the game, get with people that you trust, that you know, that you like, right? And it demystifies this whole thing. I don't know, like almost every new person I talk to, when I ask the question, so my wife and I have brunch Sunday, and I say to the server, I ask her, I had a really great little spirit about it and everything, very efficient, friendly, nice. And I said, we're finished. I said, hey, what do you know about cryptocurrency? My boyfriend and I were just talking about that. I don't know much about it. It's kind of like a digital thing. Yeah. And I just started sharing a little bit with her, and she's like, oh. And I'm like, oh, here's my YouTube channel. Go watch it. Okay, check it out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And, you know what I mean? But it was like, and my wife said to me, like, you just lit up when you were talking to her about cryptocurrency. Why? Because it's almost like this unspoken plan to keep us ignorant. And that ignorance costs us money. That ignorance prevents us from our purpose, right? That ignorance and fear prevent us from taking steps and taking action and helping people. I believe, right? So God is a God of infinite resources. My favorite author, Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, okay? One of his premises of his book is get rich, get the money thing out of the way so that you can enjoy your friendships. You can enjoy your family. You can live your life. You can pursue your passion. You can appreciate art and music and have more time to read and appreciate God's creation when money is out of the way, right? So Jamal says this all the time too. When we're thinking crypto, it's a 7 billion unit measurement because there's 7 billion people on the planet Earth, right? Last we know. 7 billion people. So I believe that there's enough wealth for 7 billion of us. So why not share this with everybody that want to learn, right? Go get you some. It's like a $1.9 trillion market cap. Experts say it's going to be 20 trillion by 2025. 20 trillion. Like, that ought to scare governments. But look at El Salvador. Look at that president. We're gonna meet him, Jamal. We're gonna meet him, Lambo Drew. We're gonna meet him. He goes to a crypto conference in Florida, goes back to El Salvador and said, boop, here's the law. Bitcoin is our currency. Bitcoin is our legal tender. Done. So you live and work in El Salvador, you're getting paid in Bitcoin. Okay, you're buying goods and services and food in El Salvador, it's in Bitcoin. And then just last week, Jamal and I talk every day. Correct me on the name, Jamal. What was the country in Africa? The United Republic?
Central Republic of Africa, I think.
Central Republic of Africa. Guess what? Bitcoin is their legal currency, their legal tender. So their 4 million people plus El Salvador 7 million make 11 million now in the world on the planet that are using cryptocurrency. What are we waiting for? Here we go. Ever hear the saying, weight broke the wagon?
Yeah.
I had. It doesn't surprise me that you had. What does that say to you, Lambo? Weight broke the wagon.
Hey, there's going to be a lot of broken wagons on the side of the road.
Another interpretation is, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
The wagon is your means of transportation. It's your purpose. It's your vehicle. Don't wait. It serves no purpose being still. Just
Can I interject real quick? I'm gonna let you go. But I think that a lot of people are waiting because, like, as me and Jamal, we all talked about, so this stuff is so new to a lot of people. And a lot of people and they don't know. What you and Jamal just did a full breakdown. Nobody has never heard that terminology when it came to crypto because no one has ever explained it to them.
Correct.
Yeah. And another way to interject is when you go to a different country and you visit a different country, you got to use a different currency in a lot of cases. You got to switch it over. Yeah. So guess what? All this is guess what? You want to be a part of the cryptoverse country or area. Now you've got to deal with these particular things. And it all revolves around communities. Communities for whatever reason that say, guess what? We're going to use this for an exchange of goods and services. And it doesn't make a difference. If you could build your community large enough, guess what? You can come up with your own currency. There's nothing that really stops you, especially with this blockchain technology. Before, these governments had the guns, the power, the infrastructure to enforce all this stuff. Technology levels the playing field for everyone. Yeah. You know, think of it this way, is, you know, before globalization, you know, there was wars between countries, and we still got one. We got one going on right now with the Ukraine and Russia. But around 2000 or so, then you started having what they call super-powered individuals. So they were shooting cruise missiles at Osama bin Laden. That was supposed to be armament for war with a country. Yeah. Everything has changed, folks. We got to get into the reading. We got to catch up. And the cryptocurrency space right now is still in such an infancy that you can make huge amounts of money. And y'all have heard the stories of people investing in projects super early, investing a few dollars, maybe hundreds of dollars, maybe even a few thousands of dollars, and it's turned into millions. Yeah. But you got to understand too that there's a person that on their personal wealth is getting ready to hit $1 trillion in their own personal wealth. And we hear these terms, millions, billions, and trillions, and we don't understand really what it is. 1 million seconds equals about 12 days. 1 billion seconds equals 34 years. You hear that? Difference between 1 million and 1 billion, and billionaires are popping. Yeah. You know, so 12 days compared to 34 years, and then a trillionaire, that is 34,000 years, folks. Yeah. 34,000 years. And we think $1 million is some, actually, $1 million is still a lot of money to us. But when you really start to look at, you know, people thinking 100,000 or whatever else, we're being misled, folks. We are being misled.
Yeah. Points blank trouble. My guy Rod said, I want y'all to answer this, fellas. Go ahead and read it, Jamal.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me pull it a little closer. It says, I agree. I think people are waiting because they don't know/understand crypto. My question is, how many are trying to understand it by reading or researching? Yeah, researching it. The information is out there. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. What I hope to do, and I've been able to do it a bit with Ken. He's my best student. Is all we could do is share some information and keep it moving. Make it simple. Because my experience from being in banking is the traditional system makes money off of people's ignorance. Yeah. And so they've been conditioned to go to financial planners, financial advisors, and they don't recognize that the financial advice they're getting is really a sales pitch. Yeah. And so, you know, it goes back to our educational system. I didn't know we were going to go here, but, you know, people have to start to think for themselves. They got to start to analyze and say, if something's not working, why isn't it working for me? Right. You know, I came to a place before I met Drew 1.5 years ago. I knew I wanted a change in my life. And I didn't know exactly what it was. When I turned 40, I had certain plans and goals I wanted to hit by 50. And then I think about 46, I decided it would be about 55. I wanted to have these certain milestones met by then. And when I met Drew was like, you know, was introduced about a program. And I was like, how much? My job had dried up from my job.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Jamal
return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Jamal had dropped out, man.
And so my what do I say? Oh, my job had dried up. And so we had this opportunity, you know, to do the mentorship program. And I was kind of like, I don't know, you know, I was a little questioning because I hadn't spent any serious money like this since, you know, being in college. Yeah. And so I said, you know, I'm going to take a chance. If I want something different, I got to do something different. and that point of being sick and tired of being sick and tired is different for everyone. And we can't control anybody else, but I know that what we can do is just be a conduit, be a witness, share, keep it moving. Those people who really want it, they're going to be drawn a little closer. Then we could build a little better relationship. But I'm not as hung up on trying to make people anymore, because they're going to see our results. Yeah. And with our results, a change is going to happen, or they're just going to be left behind. But everybody has an opportunity. This thing, especially the Black community that has been mistreated the most.
Yeah.
And all we wanted is a level playing field. Yeah. So but yeah, you're absolutely right. There's information. I make money, but everybody has an opportunity, and we just got to recognize it. And with programs like this, more people, are realizing that.
Yeah.
So
educated.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jamal, some of the other comments here.
Yeah, go ahead, kid. I'm gonna get.
Let me answer that, Jamal.
Some of these questions, man. Go ahead, kid.
Pardon the upside down drawing. You all are familiar with this.
I guess
Okay. I basically just want you all to see the curve. Okay. So this curve represents the law of diffusion and innovation. It was created by a college professor back in the 60s. Okay. And basically what this is, and you can apply this to the success, life, longevity of a company. You could apply this in marketing. You could apply this in a sense to people's personalities. But to your point, Rod, like with the information that's out there and why are people waiting? And I hope this answers it to some degree for you, is at the beginning of this curve, we have the early adapters. Now I have it labeled wrong, right? So it's over here, but it's the beginning. So the early adapters are those people that when Apple came out with the iPhone and they come out with the new one, they camp out the night before at the store because they want to be first, right? Yeah. Those are your early adapters. They want to be first in everything and anything. Then we have the early majority, okay? Then it reaches a peak. Then we have the late majority, okay? And then we have the laggards. And who the laggards are is the person that still insists on a flip phone today. Right? I refuse to do technology. Warren Buffett doesn't have a computer, supposedly. So he's a laggard when it comes to technology. So if we apply the law of diffusion and innovation to the world right now, 7 billion, the last statistic I heard, correct me, Jamal, was 11% of the planet is aware and involved in crypto. Mm-hmm. Do that math. What's that like? What do you think? Is it 11%, Jamal? You think it's lower?
I think that might be a little high number, but that's still a small number.
It's still a small number when you're looking at 7 billion, right? So another perspective here, Rod, is what a great opportunity to get involved in crypto now before it reaches late majority stage, right? And before it reaches laggard stage, right? You still have time, people. Like, I've never been an early adopter at anything till this, right? I mean, and if there's a lot of advantages, education, there's just a lot of good things. Like, who doesn't like new, right? You want to do a new car, a new house, a new set of clothes, right? New is nice. Well, let's apply that to this education and this technology of cryptocurrency. It's new. Get you new.
Yeah. And to piggyback on that, he's so right. It is new, and that's what. And we're gonna even get into some of the questions. That's what people, they're trying to lean to you guys tonight to say, man, okay, where does this fit in for me at? Where does this fit in for my everyday life? What can you guys attribute for me to be able to make purchases or even invest, or, what can you guys actually help them out with some tidbits?
Yeah. So the first thing really is to, I guess, look at the granddaddy, which is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is probably the most accepted cryptocurrency when it comes to exchange for goods and services. You got a lot of small businesses that will accept it. It's kind of crazy. Maybe almost a year ago, 10 months ago, I happened to be watching regular TV, which I rarely do, and I saw where a small business had the "We accept Bitcoin" sign. So, you have to take some time to look in this space. And what I've also found is this, and that really hurts my heart. Most people don't even know how the regular financial system works. So if you're not invested in stocks to begin with, you're not even going to look at crypto. And the thing to remember, people, is they try to confuse you with vocabulary. The vocabulary, once you understand the vocabulary, then you cannot be taken advantage of anymore. You cannot be misled, but that's the first thing you got to do. And for me, when I first got into it, and it was under Andrew's recommendation and tutelage, that not only did I spend the money with Andrew, but I turned around and spent some money with another guy to get my crypto foundation.
Shout out
And
to
it
my
was
guy,
really,
Blockchain Brown, man. Shout out
yeah,
to
Blockchain Brown. He is a dude. His Metaverse project is going through the roof right now. He's doing the circuit for the news and everything else. He is considered the expert. And so I got with blockchain, and I was like, uh-oh, I got in a advanced class and I don't even know the basics. I didn't know how to maneuver. And somebody asked for the examples of money that can be made. All I can tell you is my first 30 days of trying to learn and become confident with utilizing wallets and moving around the cryptoverse, I saw where people were making money. They were, take $400 and then it was $4,000 in 5 days. I watched blockchain invest $1,600 one night. The next day it's $184,000. I watched him when he invested $700 into another project. And something I should mention about these projects, these were all pre-sales. So pre-sale runs parallel to a pre-IPO if you get in on stock. It's almost like guaranteed money. Now, in order to qualify for a pre-sale or initial coin offering, and they use all these different names, initial digital offering, it's all the same thing. But if you get in as early as possible, it's a solid project. You look at other investors and groups that have invested in, and you're guaranteed to make some money. I could tell you one that I was able to, all right, let me finish up. So on a pre-sale, Brandon did $700, and once it actually hit the secondary market, from a Monday night to a Tuesday morning, 7 a.m., that's $700. He cashed out at $100 and something thousand, $101,000 Tuesday morning. I'm like, oh my goodness. But once again, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't know how to maneuver until a little bit later. But I will share with you, I got in on a pre-sale the beginning of this year, happened to qualify for it. And the pre-sale qualifications depend upon what the project is. Some of it's lottery, some of it is hold, whatever. But I was able to buy the project at 0.0021 something. And I only qualified for a small allotment. It was 65,000 tokens, but all it cost me was $68 with the gas fee. And now that same project right now, remember, I bought it for fractions of a penny. I'm not going to do the math for you, but now it's trading at like 4 cents. Currently, it's down, but it was as high as 9.5 cents. So when it went to 9.5 cents, if I had cashed out, which I wasn't going to do because it's a long-term hold for me, but at that point, it was worth my little $68 dollar investment was worth over $6,000.
Wow.
I don't know where else you're going to find that sort of opportunity, but you got to do research. You got to, you got to put in work to find these opportunities like that. And then you got to have a little, you got to be blessed. You got to be blessed. I wish I could have put more money in. I would have definitely did it, but I only qualified for a small allotment. But I don't, like I said, I don't know where else you could get that sort of return. And even right now, even though it's at 4 cents, I bought it for fractions of a penny.
Yeah.
Can I read just a quick example on that too?
Yeah.
I came across this online. Investing $100. Shiba Inu launched in August of 2020. The earliest date listed for price history on CoinMarketCap is August 1st, 2020, when SHIB traded at, it's like 0.12051 per token. We don't even talk in numbers like that, right? Because it's like below the decimal point, right? To the left of the decimal point. A $100 investment at that time would have bought 1,096,078,431. Hold on. Okay, that's 196 trillion. 70. I can't even read how many Shiba tokens that would have bought you then, right? That payout would be an astonishing $5 million right now.
Wow.
If you had bought it in August of 2020, if Jamal, like you said, if you had done the research, and based on that research, you said, okay, this is a viable project, I'm going to invest in it, right? And you just let it ride. $100 in August of 2020. And knowing where those projects.
Do y'all hear those type of numbers? For those who are out there, we got a lot of people they're working, they're struggling to get some things together. Man, you're talking about the little extra money that you guys have to the side. You guys, if you learn it right, could invest and start creating generational wealth from what Ken and Jamal are talking about. The numbers he just read off was staggering, man. Staggering. Listen, let's get into some of these questions, fellas, because I see they have loaded up on us, man. Shout out to my guy, Rod. Say, man, Drew, thanks for the love. Must respect. Jamal is on point. Shout out to my guy, Rod, for that. Shout out to my baby, man. Don't make him. Ken, I ain't gonna try to sing. Look, ain't no singing around here, man. Listen, Ken, Tracy wants to know, what's the title of the book, Ken?
Okay, which one, Tracy? We talk The Creature from Jekyll Island?
Or was it The Underground History of American Education was one that you were looking for too earlier?
I bet it's that.
Was that it? Was that it? I gotta see. Ken, I'm sorry, Tracy, was that it? Which one was you looking for? Let me know and everything, man, in the comments. Which one was you looking for? Because we would love to go ahead and know, because they got 1,000,001 books, man, between both.
Hey, everybody on here, you got to be a reader.
Yeah,
you got to be a reader.
You got to be an avid reader, man. Whatever you guys got to do.
This is time for reading.
Yeah, my guy. Okay, so Tracy says something about Wallace. It was something about the Wallace.
The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. Wallace D. Wattles.
Okay.
It's changed my life. Lambo's mentioned the book.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon mentioned the book. I did take some courses from Brandon too. Blockchain Brown. He is amazing.
Yeah.
I pulled out some of my notes from some of those classes. But again, that was thanks to Jamal, thanks to Lambo. So this trust community that you're a part of right now by listening and watching is the foundational blocks that you need. If I could just add two really quick, Lambo. So I'm listening to another guy on YouTube that I kind of like. And of course, my boy told me to get this book next, right? And read this. Jamal said, The Richest Man in Babylon. Read that next, right? So this is the third time I've read this book. But this time, and where I'm at in my life, it's like the pages jump out at me. The pages almost like sustain me and feed me, okay? One of the premises of this book is pay yourself first. 1/10 of your income. So Lambo, you're talking about we got people struggling, right? I have a career during the day. So pay yourself 1/10 of your income first. Take that 1/10, right? And you can still live off of it after you pay your expenses and invest the difference.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot to invest.
Yeah.
You just need a plan. You need to start.
You do. I've watched how Blockchain Brown, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and start it on here because I know he's definitely listening for you guys who don't know. So I watched how much effort he put into people. So when I listened to Ken and I listened to Jamal tell the stories, man, what Brandon was able to show people and help people with, and then they turn around and they give out information like this. You guys, we're here to help you. Whatever you can do. Listen, you may not understand it all on this live. It may not make sense on this live right now. Reach out to Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie, and they will guide you step by step through this. I'm telling you guys this. It's right now. People probably came to this broadcast, and I see them asking the questions, and we're gonna get to it. But they came to this broadcast, and they're like, "Man, I want to know more about it. I hear what you're saying." They see the points, but they want to know like more about it. And that's more of where you guys and everything, man, would love to do a one-on-one to get with you guys outside of this even more. So kind of give them that. We're going to run through these questions, y'all. They didn't back up on us, man. They didn't really did. I'm sorry. Listen, let me see. My guy, I would love for him to come here and receive his flowers, even though I know he's watching Black Door. Shout out to your Blockchain Brown in the building. Hold on. Where are we at? Here we go. Great points, Kennard. That's what so my guy Rod said, man. Great points for your kid, man, on that. Shout out to you. Listen, Revenue then said Jamal Titus laugh got me dying. Ha 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 ha. So he look. Y'all think it was a joke? Look at this. What did y'all think? Y'all thought it was a joke? Look at y'all screen. Y'all thought it was a joke? Y'all thought I was joking? Shout out to your Blockchain Brown in the building. Blockchain Brown in the building, man. And coming through. Golly, Blockchain, I would love for you to come and see. I love for you, man. Let me know if you want the link to join in, Blockchain. I know how you rock and roll, man. You're in Portugal, so shout out to my guy, man, who has single-handedly made some of the greatest wealthy people, man, in the world, bro. Right. Blockchain has really turned around and made a lot of wealthy people, and they're still making wealthy people. Shout out to you, Brandon, man, for the work you're putting in. You seeing, man, your guy Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie, man, on here right now. Just really want to thank you, dude, because a lot of people, man, they don't know, and me and Blockchain go back, man, years of just following Blockchain and talking with him. And I introduced Jamal, and man, Jamal and Ken, they both got into it, man. So shout out to him from actually changing the culture. A lot of people don't know, they don't understand when we say something and when we start talking about different people and stuff like that. Like, man, there are some people who are so intricate in culture changing. That's why we're talking on this broadcast today. That's why they're able to educate you right now, man. They're able to educate you. But you just said, I appreciate all of you guys, man. That's why they're able to educate you guys right now. I told you, y'all don't never know who's going to drop on this live, bro. Y'all don't never know. When y'all talk about people who writing the books, who writing programs, like, come on, man. Listen, it wouldn't be right if Blockchain Brown wouldn't have showed up today on here. It wouldn't be right. You got Jamal Titus, Kennard Haynie in the building with Lambo Drew. It wouldn't be right if he didn't show on this broadcast, man, and show some love, especially what blockchain is doing in that NFT space, killing it. I just seen today, what was it? He did something like made like a profit for like $180,000 on something he had just said over there. I say blockchain, golly, bro, slow it down, man. But his foot is on the gas for a man that was in Canada, turned around and reorchestrated how things were and how people looked at cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you. We want to give you your flowers here on the broadcast, man, because what you have done has been no short of a miracle, man, of really, man, helping change this culture, man, and make it multi-millionaires. Who really has that collar to pop that, right, Jamal? Who has
absolutely right. All I'm gonna say is, once again, if you want something different, you got to do something different. And if you want to go to that next level, you're gonna have to come with a next level initial investment.
Yeah,
and that's it. And all I'm gonna say is, starting with the money I spent with Andrew, Lambo Drew, didn't know where it was going to lead me to where it is now. And then him recommended Blockchain Brown. And it was like, you want how much a month? Just to be straight. And remember, I'm married with 10 children. Yeah. So it was not, I ain't got no major disposable income. But because of some of the things that I learned from Drew allowed me to leverage and everything else. And now it's like, got in there, Brandon blew my mind up to the possibilities and exposed me to what is really out here. And it's like, we are thinking too small. We don't know what we don't know, but we got to be willing to take a risk and to try some things and to spend some money. Because guess what? You can always make more money.
Yeah.
Spending some money, losing some money, that should not, that's not the end of the world to you. But I think part of our educational system is such that we're not supposed to make mistakes. We're not supposed to lose stuff. Well, how else are you learning? How else are you pushing the envelope and developing if you're not doing these sorts of things?
Yeah.
So, you spend the money, you learn what to do, what not to do, and you keep it moving. And so, because of that, I've taught Ken some stuff. I've shared some things with some other folks. And guess what? It's putting money in their pocket. I ain't put millions in folks' pockets like Blockchain Brown has as of yet. But guess what? I'm on my way.
Shout out to you, man.
But you got to weigh the cost. You got to weigh the cost. Either you take the time yourself or you pay somebody to kind of help you and help you with the learning curve.
Bro,
that's it.
I got a message from you guys don't probably know her, but her name is Terry Owajimi. And we call her Terry O, man. She's multi-millionaire, man, out here, man, with the investing game. Showed some love for me, man. I think it was yesterday. And I was laughing because showing love for people who are changing a culture, you just don't understand how big that is. And we invest so we can give the investment back to you guys on here. We invest so we can give the investment back to you guys. A lot of people say, man, Drew, what it is that you really do? And I laugh and I say, what it is that I don't do. What it is that I don't do, man. So I laugh and stuff like that. I give it back to them where it needs to be given back to. But let's get to these questions, fellas. I know we're running and stuff like that, man. Hold on. Where's it at? Where is it at? Where are we at? That was the title. In too deep in the NFTs. Alejandra Oliveria. In too deep with NFTs. So somebody's in too deep with some NFTs.
Good thing.
That's a good thing? What do y'all say about NFTs real quick, fellas?
Well, again, that goes back to the blockchain technology. So anything can be an NFT, and that's what people don't understand. They're out here because of the marketing of, certain other projects, and they're flipping them, and that's great and all. But for the regular average person, if you take time to learn about what an NFT is, which is a non-fungible token, which is something that is limited, they're actually doing NFTs of real estate now. They're selling a piece of property and attaching an NFT to it, so that the person who creates the NFT gets a piece of that property every time it's sold from that point forward. An NFT can be something as simple as a photograph of maybe a landscape, or a picture in a city from 30 years ago. Because guess what? The city don't look that same way in that space. You make that into an NFT, there's somebody that might want to buy it. Remember, if people were selling pet rocks in the 50s and, Beanie Babies and all this other sort of stuff, and then they were doing digital rock NFTs and selling them, there's a market for just about everything out there. What the challenge is how do people know and find you? So you got to become, again, a part of a community that is interested in whatever it is, and that's how you do it. But I had a student back in November. She sold 2 NFTs. She's not a celebrity. One was a picture of a peach crown bottle of liquor. I don't drink this Crown or whatever, so I'm kind of confused. But with a glass of ice next to it, she sold her first one for like $300 and something.
Okay.
And then the second one she did had a little animation. It was the Black Lives Matter fist with a peace sign put on top of it that was like in flames. And that one sold for the equivalent of half an ETH in November, which was like $2,500 at the time. So in her just taking the risk and trying to do something, she sold 2 NFTs and made an extra like $2,700, $2,800 for the month. And I really believe that when the average person starts to understand this and how it's a collectible and stuff, that they can make an extra $500, $1,000 a month dealing with these spaces. And especially the only thing that's going to happen is when we get to the metaverse, which we got a special guest. I think you got a special guest coming next week with a project. The more the metaverse becomes popular, the more NFTs and unique NFTs are also going to become popular.
Okay. So shout out to you guys who are in that NFT space, man. Capitalizing in that area, man. For real, for real. It's my brother, man. Brother-in-law, man, say blockchain, follow the money trail, man. Yes, follow the money trail. Talk about crypto and the metaverse tonight, man. So definitely follow the meta trail. Alejandro said, I've been here for a year plus grinding so hard. So I think they've been grinding, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man, getting it in this space. My guy, no, hold on. I think we already got to this question and stuff like that. Points blank, my wagon was broke because I was scared. It just didn't make sense. Shout out to Tracy, man, on that, man. Same bro. Comments, oh man, he froze up. Then Revenue said, get off that Android, Jamal.
Whatever. See the hateration.
Get off that Android, Jamal. God bless Jamal and that Android, y'all. It's all good, man. Revenue ain't got no sense, man. Alejandro said, good frame, though. Good frame. It's clear and running. So I guess he was talking about we had it off track. My guy Rod said, Tracy Huge, I totally understand. I was the same way a few years ago. I didn't want anything to do with Bitcoin or crypto of that matter. Once I started reading up on it, my thoughts changed. Good process, Rod. Shout out to you, man, because Rod is over there. He's even got a crypto channel himself, man. Speaking of that and some investment, Rod does a lot of little different things. So make sure y'all definitely go follow Rod, man, at Points Blank Travel and some of his other channels. Jamal, that price. Yeah, Jamal, she was laughing at when you said, oh, so that's what Andrew charges. Oh,
but hey, you got to pay for quality. You got to pay for quality. And I would do it all over again.
Man.
With Andrew, with Blockchain Brown, because it's made that impact in my life. They have empowered me. Both of them have empowered me to be able to figure things out for myself. And that's what I'm looking to do for other people. I'm hoping I've done it for Ken, or I'm doing it for Ken. But he can answer to that. Yeah. But there's more than enough to go around, folks. They've been lying to us. They've been keeping us divided.
Yeah.
There is a lot of opportunity out here, and everyone has value, and we can bring it. We're different, but we can bring it.
Yeah, we can. All right. So Alejandro says, I am a technician in the semiconductor industry. Now I'm going full-time Web3.
Perfect. That's awesome.
That's what's up.
From Alejandro.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. Keep it up, Alejandro. PC Smith says, we got a question, fellas. I want y'all to answer it. Can you give us an example of the kind of money that can be made with crypto? I think Ken may have answered that with some of his questions, some of his answers. But y'all free to go again, fellas, if y'all need to elaborate on it again.
I'll let Ken take this one. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a couple examples because there's a few. So I'll give you a Shiba story. So Shiba Inu is a cryptocurrency called SHIB, SHIB. And last I looked, it's trading at 0.40 and a 25, right? And when I hear these people actually say what that is, like 256 millionths of a penny, it like blows my mind because, again, we're not in those numbers, right? So I invested in Shiba Inu over a year ago. Thanks to Jamal, I did my research, decided to get in, and let's say I invested $1,000 over a period of like a couple of months, okay? At this point now, I'm using house money, as they say. I could take that $1,000 out of Shiba Inu. I could sell it and convert that to a stable coin, and I wouldn't have lost anything, right? Right. Actually, I would gain depending on when I take out. But I have a long-term strategy where I'm just acquiring a ton of it, okay? I've invested. I've got 3 different pools that I'm using my Shiba Inu that I'm earning interest on, because you can do that with crypto. Thank you, Brandon. Blockchain Brown, yield farming, whole nother course. But you can earn interest on your cryptocurrency, just like you can with this fiat money, right? This fiat currency, not money, shame on me, fiat currency. So I'm in 3 different pools where I'm earning more Shiba by just letting it sit there, right? And there's different rates, right? So 0.1%, 0.5%, 1%, and then 2%, okay, on top. So I've already got my investment back and then some. I just haven't taken it because I don't have to. It's not my strategy, right? And it's not a loss unless I sell it. I've done another investment thanks to Jamal. I did the research and I 10x'd it on like a little under $1,000 in like 4 months. So I keep throwing that number out, but you know, you can start with 50. You can start with 20. What can you make? Well, the sky's the limit, right? There's a story of a young man that made $64 million in Shiba Inu. Okay, so when you say what kind of money can be made, well, what's your imagination like? You know, blockchain Brown, you hear the numbers Jamal was talking about, what he's done, like, because when you purchase a crypto, when you invest in a crypto, what's that price, right? How much of it did you acquire? How long did you hold on to it for? When did you sell it? At what price did you sell it? All those go into that determining factor, right? And here's not a disclaimer necessarily, but not an option that I partake in. But just like in stocks where you can day trade or swing trade, you could do the same thing in cryptocurrency, right? I don't have that time nor desire or interest right now at this point in my education to swing trade cryptocurrency. I want to acquire. I want to hold and just watch it grow and just, you know, I mean, the experts are saying, you know, the pundits go on YouTube every day talking about when Shiba Inu reaches a penny, right? Well, as Jamal says too, I don't need Shiba Inu to reach a penny, and I've already realized huge gains, right? But when because it's just a matter of when with crypto, right? When Shiba Inu reaches a penny, we'll all be somewhere having a good time somewhere, maybe on my dime.
That's a good one, kid. I like that, kid.
To answer that one, you know what I mean? You're all invited. You know what I mean? And it'll be a tax deduction. Thank you, Ronnie Lambert.
Shout out to Ronnie, man.
Shout out to Ron.
I see it.
Blew my mind. So
Yeah,
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I hope that did. Ken, you did a great job, man. Shout out to you, man, with that, bro. My bro said, have to make it plain for the ordinary Joe, or people suffer due to a lack of knowledge and understanding.
Yep.
What have been done wrong, and they often don't trust anyone. Yeah. So that's
just
go ahead.
I was going to say, just think about it again, like you're going to a different country, and you got to switch it out. You got to switch it for another currency. Also, a combination of how you do business anyway. Rarely does anybody carry cash anymore. They're not carrying cash. What do? You use a card. You go online to look at your accounts, and then you move money from one space to another, either through bill pay or from your bank account to your credit card bill to pay it off. And wallets are just like that too. Yeah. So once you take the time to focus on it, you'll get comfortable with it. And once you get comfortable with it, it'll be like, what was I scared of in the first place? There was no reason to be scared. They like, oh, you might send it to the wrong place. Well, they don't tell you that you got to do at least 2 confirmations of a transaction before it even goes. And sometimes 3, so it's not like if you just hit a button by accident that it's gone. That's the FUD. That's the fear, or as they say, fear, uncertainty, doubt that they're throwing into our situation because they don't want us making the money. The Federal Reserve for a long time called it Bitcoin until they realized it wasn't going nowhere and they was going to get on board and they had to get some themselves.
Bingo, because that's what governments do when you study for yourself. Get the information and it will blow your mind. It reads like a Hollywood movie. If I could, gentlemen, David, that word right there, trust. Okay, Jamal and I have a client we're working with. She said the same exact thing. She just didn't trust everybody. She didn't know who to trust, right? And how she got exposed to crypto was on her job, and all of her supervisors and directors and above are all in it, all talking about it, right? So the seed is being planted, but she didn't know who to trust, who to go to. Luckily, we came into the picture and she's on her way. That's huge. Well, right here's your trust. Here's your community. Like if you're here for a reason. When you watch this, you're watching it for a reason. You're looking for something. Maybe you too, like that ancient Chinese proverb, are looking for the teacher and you're ready. Ta-da! Here they are. You know what I mean? And Blockchain Brown is a legend. And you know what I mean? Just get started. Take a step.
Get started. Man, my guy Rod said, Ken, that was a nice breakdown, Ken.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you. I got to check out Rod's channel.
Yeah, check our channels out, man. I like what you guys are doing. Keep it up. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Dave, man. My guy, man.
Yeah, thank you, David. Great questions. You too, Tracy, Rod, all of you.
And Tracy said, points blank, thanks for the encouragement. I'm changing. So, man, shout out, because the mentality is changing when it comes to cryptocurrency, the metaverse, NFTs, a lot of this other digital stuff that people had never known about. So shout out to you guys, man, for that. Your favorite couple. Shout out to you guys, man. Good evening, Lambo Drew, Jamal, Kennard, Points Blank Travel, and everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to you guys, man, your favorite couple. Make sure y'all go follow their channel, like, subscribe. Your favorite couple, man, go like, subscribe, man, their YouTube channel as well. Some amazing people. They are content creators, and we are ecstatic about them, man. So definitely, even go follow them on. I think they're on Instagram, if it's not mistaken, as well. So go follow them on Instagram, man. Your favorite couple, man. Truly, some awesome, wonderful supporters, man. Points Blank Travel. A friend of mine told me about Bitcoin back in 2016. When I didn't want to hear about it because I was scared and didn't understand. Recently showed me his wallet with 1.9 million in it, shaking my head.
There's the answer to your question. How much money, what kind of money can be made?
In 2016, it probably was still a few $100s a coin.
Yeah. It was about $300, if I'm not mistaken, in 2016. So they could have called it dirt cheap.
And you don't have to buy a whole coin.
Yeah, not at all, man.
Fractional.
Yep.
And one of the things I want to add is people, you hear them talking about Bitcoin going to 100,000, 200,000, $1 million. What a lot of people don't realize is this: on the stock market side, and Drew will tell you this. If you want a Berkshire Hathaway A-class share, who is Berkshire Hathaway? That's Warren Buffett's company that he formed to invest in other companies. For one share, it's over $500,000 for one share of stock. So if they could do that in stock, it could definitely be done on the crypto side, folks.
Yeah.
Jamal,
be patient.
That's a perfect segue to touch on the metaverse, because Lambo wants us to talk about that. Lambo, is there still time to give a tease?
Y'all gonna touch on the metaverse, man. Don't worry about it. We got Dan coming next week, but I want y'all to touch on it, man, just a little bit, man. All right. Your favorite couple, man. My guy Points Blank Travel said, man, it was good to see y'all. Much love, man. Definitely. They were supporters of on Rod's channel and came on over. David Williams say the safest method and multi-billion-dollar companies are using it. Yes, cryptocurrency. It's one of the safest way, and you're seeing a lot of different people use it. Jamal talked about that even with the companies actually coming from other cities as well, other states as well, using this. Countries. Excellent safeguard, man. Shout out to you, Dave Williams, man, my bro. Your favorite couple, just soaking up all of this knowledge like a sponge. Thank y'all. Thank you for soaking it up, man. The fellas are here to drop that knowledge on y'all. Dave said, I saw it coming and it was invited to sit in before COVID. Seen it coming. Smart. Yeah. Very smart move, man. Your favorite couple, I feel you. That's what it's all about, man. Soaking up knowledge, man. Yep, he's right. Tracy says something about Wallace. He's talking about that book. Something about the Wallace book that you had mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Well, what was it called again? Say it one more time on the airwaves. So Tracy,
the science of getting rich.
Science of Getting Rich by who again?
Wallace D. Wattles.
Wallace D. Wattles, man.
Short book, changing life. He was a former Presbyterian minister, wrote the book in 1911, actually came here to Cincinnati, Ohio, and spoke. And like I said, I couldn't stop there. I had to get all his work, you know what I mean, and just go a little bit deeper. And the other one, small gamey. I think they're talking about the underground history of American education.
Okay.
Underground history of American education.
John Gatto Taylor is the author of that book. John Gatto Taylor.
Yeah. Some serious stuff they dropping tonight, y'all. Dave Williams say it's a bit risky. Never invest what you can't afford to give away. That's the number one rule in investing, man. With anything, there is risk, but a huge payoff reward comes if you stay the course and don't play peekaboo investing. That's pretty good, Dave. Don't play peekaboo investing. You stay the course. Wise words, man, right there. Do you need a lot of money to get started? PC asked. For cryptocurrency. Talk to us.
Jamal, you ready for me?
Yeah, I'm up here reading some of the other comments, especially from Revenue. But
don't worry about it. They're coming up.
But no, you don't need a lot of money to get started. You get started just like with stocks. You don't need a lot of money. You buy fractional. You figure out what your budget is. If it's $25 a week, start with $25 a week and do that, what they call dollar cost averaging. And before you know it, if you're disciplined and do that consistently over an extended time frame, you'll be surprised where you end up. But all you have to do is just really get started with whatever it is you have in your hand.
Yeah.
Let me say this too, as far just in my opinion, once you do your research, get started. It doesn't matter what level and where you're at. Once you get on that road and you start, you're going to learn, because like anything, cryptocurrency is okay. Like when we all learned how to ride a bike, we started with training wheels, right? And then we got from 2 training wheels to 1. Then no training wheels, still fell, but we eventually got our balance and we got it, right? Well, that goes to the concept of competence equals confidence. Confidence equals competence. So crypto, if it's new to you and you're early adapter, you have no confidence nor competence because you're new, right? But as you take action, take steps, put skin in the game, get moving, you increase in your competence. As you increase in your competence, you increase in your confidence. And it just snowballs and grows from there. I love the question about the money. Like, it's to the point now, that's so secondary because I know it's an absolute that it's not the issue. You know what I mean? Like it's like the whole concept of this has changed for me, right? It's like these are digits. Like it's here. The power and the currency is your thoughts, is your community, is your action. That's the currency. Like the money, like yeah, that's kind of
I got to give the shout out that if you didn't have training wheels, like couldn't afford training wheels and learning how to ride a bike, you could still get there, folks.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody start riding a bike with training wheels.
Shout out to you guys who ain't got no training wheel. That's
Hey.
when you come up with that we had training wheel. People look at it, boy, you better fall down and go bust your knee up, bust your elbows up a few times. But shout out to those ones who didn't have the training wheels. We really, 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 really want to be here for you guys and help absorb some of that blow. That's what Ken is for. That's what Jamal is here for, to help absorb some of that blow. So please make sure you guys reach out to them. PC Smith said, iPhone all the way, man. Shout out to PC Smith and iPhone all the way, because you know Jamal is burning up right about now because revenue hit Jamal with this question right here. Turn that Android into an NFT. It's going extinct.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right. We're going to move on to the next one. Revenue ain't got no sense. Revenue said a good example is invest $15K in a Shiba and gain $47K. Took about 6 months. Yeah. Now, you know.
That's a beautiful example.
The beautiful example. Now, never mind. I'm not even gonna say that, man. Then I would tell you to take, once you get to 47K, take about another 40, put it in a safer one that's not as volatile.
Right.
Not as volatile. See, the thing about crypto is to leverage for your next move. Crypto allows you access to leverage for your next move. And that's what we're here for. Because the market is volatile and you can make instantaneously money, make sure you have enough wisdom. Get with Jamal, get with Ken, so they can teach you how to pull once you start making that money and those profits. Learn what profit taking is, man, because that's huge in this game. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I had to learn that lesson too.
Yeah.
We all got to do it. Because again, the market goes up, the market goes down. The market goes up, the market goes down.
Yeah.
So you just, and it's going even up and down more with crypto than it does with the stock market.
Yeah.
And you have an opportunity with crypto though to have a quick recovery though.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they hit retirement age, when it comes to the stock market, they catch it in a down market, they can't recover. It's time for them to pull the money out because that's when they need to live off of it. They're not working anymore, But with crypto right now, people see it as a bad thing, but it's also, it's all your perspective and what your aim is. But, it could come back in another 30, 60 days. Nobody really knows. It's still new, but pay attention. And like somebody else mentioned, you don't invest money. You don't invest milk money. You can't do that. You don't do that. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of that too, really quick, Bitcoin is highly volatile. Okay. Probably one of the most volatile assets out there. However, in the short term, in the long term of Bitcoin's existence, it has had the highest gain of any financial asset in the history of time, and is only going up. So eventually, take that for what it's worth too, based on your research. But that's a great point, Andrew.
Mike Weave, a shout out to your favorite couple. Shout out to that. Shout out to your P, Patricia. I hope that they answered your questions, what leading a lot of money to get started and all of that. That is right. Revenue said, as of right now, it's a great time to buy into most coins. Now, agree or disagree, fellas?
Hey,
So
when you see red, it's
time to buy.
Time to buy.
You know, a lot of people running away, but I'm gonna tell you this in my little Sheba story. You know, someone who will go unnamed on this program right now has said, Jamal, we're looking at investing into this thing, and I think you ought to put some money over here. I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool. 2 weeks later, he came back and said, look and see what it's done. And then I said, oh, that morning, I said I had to make a purchase.
Yeah.
And it cost me dearly. The gas fee on my purchase, and this is part of the crypto that you got to understand.
Yeah.
It was a $500 purchase. The gas fee was $120. That hurt me. I'm like, but I said I had to do it.
Yeah.
And guess what? I bought my first Shiba Inu. May 8th was that day. I'm coming up on a year.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff that happened right after that. It started to tank. Some of the folks that I was looking at on YouTube and taking advice from, they declared Shiba Inu dead. And by the end of May of 2021, they said it was over. I was buying more on the way down. I kept buying, you know, to where now, you know, most people, especially after that hit in October, and that's something you got to pay attention to, is history of stuff.
Yeah.
October, it hit. It was like, woo.
Yeah.
And even, you know, since October, that's when it hit its all-time high. It's definitely lower than its all-time high. But guess what? Where I'm at, when I bought Shiba, I'm still up 3x.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's you just have to do the research. You got to have access to the information. You got to buy into whatever the reason is you have for getting into something. And as long as you recognize that the price change is not because of them not being able to meet their milestones or not deliver upon what they promised that they're saying, it's just the fickleness of the market, then you hold or you buy more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once again, as long as they continue to deliver, it's all in motion. You know, the beautiful thing about crypto is anybody can do it. The worst thing about crypto is anybody can do it. So you got a whole lot of folks that think they're going to be millionaires in really 30 seconds, let alone 30 days. 30 days after their first trade, they're a millionaire. If they're not, they're upset. They're saying it's a scam. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm a part of multiples right now. I don't even listen to the telegrams anymore. I don't listen to the FUD. I'm looking to see, and with this too, you're going to have some delays on some stuff. But as long as they're communicating, you know, there has been no fraud involved. There's not a rug pull. You know, they're not hidden. Bro, just go with it. And right now, Ken will tell you, Andrew will tell you, and I've got some other students that they are set up, you know, with 3 different probably projects where each project is going to be $1 million project for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. No, this ain't no fluff. This is guaranteed. And the thing about it is that and we're gonna go because I really want you guys to talk about the metaverse. The thing about it is that when you get with somebody like Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie, they can help guide you. So I really want you guys to connect with them. I don't care what it is, whatever you have, whatever information that they can give you and they can offer, I'm telling you, they can help you guys out to understand these topics just a little bit more. Because a lot of these topics are unfamiliar. You guys need a coach. And I'm telling you, Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie can definitely coach you guys. All right. So PC says, she said, you know it, Ro, LOL, Lord. She going after Ro, man. PC Smith came back and said, get rid of that Android, Jamal. So Jamal, get rid of that Android. I'm in the base. Ryan behind your backs.
I know she in cahoots with revenue.
Yeah, she in cahoots with revenue, man. She. I don't even get it. Yes, thanks. Yeah, well, we gonna make sure of that, man. Thank you, PC, man. Hopefully that was her saying we answered her question. Is why she said yes, thanks. So, man, shout out to Jamal and Ken for doing that, man. Revenue said, I think the story pertains to all of us, Jamal Titus Sr. LOL. Then he came back. We was all on that call, LOL. I think we were all on that call, man. I don't know what call he's talking about, but I think we was all on that call. I got a momentary insanity. Dogeline Mars, the next one up. You're hearing it from Revenue. Been in it since October. So for those who don't know, if you haven't been on a television screen or anything like that, or seen a news article, Mr. Elon Musk went on ahead and purchased and everything, the acquisition of Twitter for $44 billion of a line of credit. And they're actually finalizing that deal. They're finalizing the deal. So a lot of people don't know he controls that market with a single tweet. He controls markets, period, with a single tweet. For those who don't know, you may didn't even have any respect for him or not, Donald Trump controlled markets with a single tweet. It's just the way of how power actually works. Shout out for Elon for being able to do that. He is setting the stage to be the first trillionaire. And he understands markets are shaped by the swing of billions. I remember when him and, what's that boy, Jeff Bezos, right, kid?
Yep.
Jeff Bezos. They were going back and forth for the last couple of years for number one, number two, number one, number two. Elon must widen his gap over $30 billion. Take that back. Over $30 billion he widened the gap. He went from like 180 billion all the way to like $213 billion or 220 something billion dollars, because he was able to control the markets and then negotiate deals. So for a lot of people who don't understand the selling of Twitter and why it was so important, that's a big strategy for him being able to control and manipulate markets. And not just for him, for the markets to actually help you as an investor if you understand how to play those markets. Please get with Jamal and Ken on this. They can show you how to be able to go ahead and capitalize off of markets like that. Yeah, P is funny, man. Shout out to you, P. Listen, let's get into this MegaVerus just a little bit, fellas. Get into this MegaVerus because we want to be able to give them something, man. And I want y'all to go on ahead and jump more into it. So who wants to lead? Ken, Jamal, let me know. Because Ken, when it comes to the MegaVerus, he's done videos all on YouTube, which y'all got to go subscribe to his channel. Please please subscribe to the channel at Kennard Haynie, man, on YouTube. Please, please, please. Go ahead. Take it away, Ken.
Thanks, Lambo. Thanks, Jamal. So the MegaVerus, here it is. It is virtual reality, Alejandro, Web3, working together simultaneously. Okay, so let's picture this. Everything that we know in reality is existing in the MegaVerus. Okay, so what we're doing right now, it won't be, it's happening now, right? But there will come a time this leverage show will be done in the MegaVerus. And you'll access it through either a link that Lambo Drew will send out to you, or through a headset, right? A virtual reality headset. And we'll be in this metaverse world, okay, doing this, right? You'll have through an avatar, okay, that looks like you, a younger you. Jamal looks like a younger you in one of his worlds. I mean, you could do you're only limited by your imagination, right? With the metaverse, okay? So it's a whole nother like universal market, for lack of a better word. Adidas is in, Nike is in there, Ralph Lauren is in there, Formula One is in there, MMA is in there. So Jamal and Lambo and I have been privileged to hear. So like, it's not a matter of if a company on the planet of 7 billion people is going to ever go into the metaverse. It's a matter of when. They're all going there. They're all there now. And each day you're hearing more and more. I just saw today that there is an Italian soccer league that broadcasted the first game live in the metaverse this past Sunday.
Wow.
And so we go back to that law of diffusion and innovation. Think about the opportunities that exist monetarily in the metaverse, right? Another quick picture. We're in a metaverse world right now, hypothetically, right? Hanging out in our avatars, and we come across a Nike store, and we go in, you see a pair of Nikes you like. You purchase it with NFTs or cryptocurrency. That actual pair of Nikes in reality is then shipped to your home anywhere on the planet. Food deliveries happen in the metaverse. Again, everything that we know in reality will exist and does exist in the metaverse. And it's monetized, right? So you can, just like read these books, get this understanding, right? Get this foundation, because then you can decide for yourself what piece of that pie and how you're going to help people, right? In this metaverse, right? Because it's all going to be there. Stores, businesses, movies. You can buy entire planets. You can purchase spaceships and lease them out. You can purchase buildings and lease them out. You don't like Donald Trump? Well, go be a Donald Trump in the metaverse. You know what I mean? Go be your own Donald Trump. The possibilities are endless. And I'll stop because I'll digress and go and go and go. Jamal?
Just to add to what Ken said is the metaverse is, again, the natural evolution of the internet. So when the internet first came out, back when there was something called dial-up, when you went on the internet, all you saw was text. And then all of a sudden it got, flash and animation and certain other things. And now we have not just virtual, and it goes back to vocabulary again. So really the metaverse is virtual reality 2022. And with it being virtual reality 2022, there's also augmented reality that's tied into this. So we came through this pandemic and, we're doing what we're doing now. We're doing the squares. We have people, we were doing the Zooms and everything else. People are all Zoomed out. They're all Microsoft teamed out. So what they're looking for is something that is a little more interactive. So now, during this pandemic, this quarantine, this lockdown, the only ones that were able to thrive were those that built communities online and went to online. We already had a lot of brick and mortars go out of business.
Yeah.
Guess what? You got to have a presence in the metaverse now to make it. And again, it's leveling the playing field because guess what? As long as you got access to the internet, you can have access to the metaverse. And so businesses are going there. the virtual experience is getting a lot better. People are going to be able to interact, in their avatar. We remember the days, and I guess people are going back to it now, is going to the mall. When you went around to the mall and you start walking around, sometimes you would see some of your neighbors. You would see some of your old friends, people you haven't seen in a long time. You're able to connect. Well, having your avatar, and you'll be able to access this through, like Ken said, the headset, your laptop or desktop, you can interact with it. And then it's even going to be mobile on the mobile device. You'll be able to enter on each one. You're going to have various degrees of interaction, with the headset being the most interactive. And then you get the entire, vest and bodysuit and gloves and all the other sort of stuff. It's, a discussion I was having is, it's going to be good for those individuals who may have limited resources or looking for an experience where they may be fearful of in real life to go do. But guess what, folks? It's not going to replace reality.
Yeah.
Reality is going to happen for the haves. The have-nots are going to be regulated to the metaverse, but people are out here designing their metaverse lives more than they're designing their real life. And that's the sad thing that I see with this particular opportunity. But for those who have some vision, there's a lot of opportunity to change your lifestyle, to change your legacy. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I'm definitely in it, is because, I don't quite understand how people can be tricked by this virtual reality. They're running into walls, they're jumping and acting like, something's really there. But I realize that it's not for me. This technology is going to be what my youngest at 9 years old is going to be indoctrinated into by the time he's a teenager, his early 20s. It's for these babies that are being born now. So how are we going to interact with it? How are we going to look? Are we going to go kicking and screaming like, no, I'm not going to be a part of this? Or are we going to say, guess what? This thing is coming. How can I make my life easier? How can I make other people's lives easier? And so, that's why Facebook changed its name to Meta, because they were going to be obsolete. A lot of people think Facebook's going to be obsolete in the next decade. It might not even be around, but, Zuckerberg saw the writing on the wall. So now he's got everybody thinking, when you hear Meta or Metaverse, you think of Facebook, you think of him. That's marketing, that's by design. But guess what? There's going to be multiple universes out here, just like there's multiple galaxies in the universe as we know it. There are multiple planets in each galaxy. And then on those planets, there are different experiences, And to bring it closer to home, guess what? If you haven't traveled to, let's say, Togo in Africa, which is on the continent, it's a country on the continent of Africa. A lot of us haven't even never heard of Togo, right, let alone visited Togo. But there may be some experiences in Togo that are beautiful, that, amenities that people would like to experience. But it all comes back to the marketing. If they don't market and share the information with the general public, nobody knows. Yeah. So the same thing when it comes to these metaverses. If the marketing is not right, and I'm starting to realize from my crypto experience, everything's about marketing. Yeah. Good projects will have horrible marketing and nobody really knows about them. Horrible projects, rug pulls, have great marketing, and that's how they're able to take advantage and rip people off. But you've got to be able to have a basic understanding so that you can evaluate each and every opportunity as to whether or not it's going to, if it's a good fit for you, a good fit for you and your family. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to hear from me and Ken is going to deal with mindset. A lot of Ken keeps talking about all these books, but they help to shape you so that you can look and see things properly, because people are looking to deceive you. People are looking to cause misdirection so that they can fool you or whatever else. But the more that you know, the more you expand some of your knowledge base. Even if you don't know exactly what's wrong, you'll be able to say, something's just not adding up right. Let me take it a little slower. Let me let me ask somebody else. I ask Andrew things constantly, and get out your comfort zone. Get around some folks that have some things that you're looking to get. But getting back to the metaverse, there's a tremendous opportunity here, and everything that you have in the real world will have a digital representation in the metaverse.
Yeah.
So if you understand on another level that as an individual, you have a social security number, you're considered an individual. Well, if you're in business and you incorporate, that LLC is an individual.
Yep.
It is an entity. It has rights, right?
Correct.
Guess what? The next evolution is to have a digital entity and representation, folks. And you're hearing it here. So it's not going anywhere, just like cryptocurrency ain't going anywhere, just like blockchain technology is not going anywhere. And really, the blockchain technology is powering all these things.
Yeah.
All these things. So learn about some things about blockchain technology.
I listen to you guys, and I think that there's a lot of people who say, man, that's so far-fetched away. That can't be anytime soon. And I listened to what Jamal broke it down and explained it. And I'm listening to what Ken has been saying and like all the stuff that he literally put right into it. I really want to know, for those who are out there, how can Metaverse literally capitalize them in excelling to create a lifestyle? Because it's going to become a lifestyle with the Metaverse. Ken, could you tell us any of that? How can the Metaverse create us a different lifestyle that we're going to have to adjust to regardless?
Okay. Practical, immediate example that comes to mind. So you have a career, a job, you want to increase your income or develop some stream of income so you can invest, right? So you can become a real estate agent right now selling virtual land.
Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Don't say that. Get out of here.
We're doing it.
You mean to tell me, Ken, you got to elaborate on that just a little bit more, man, about that. But so you mean to tell me somebody can become a real estate agent selling virtual land and there's really nothing like physically that they can touch at that point?
Exactly.
How's that possible?
And less than the investment financially to become a real estate agent today in reality, okay, for $100. You can become a virtual real estate agent and sell land in the metaverse.
You say for $100, they ain't got to take no real estate exam. They don't have to study for it. They don't have to go train underneath Jamal and his team to figure some stuff out.
No, you get training too, but no. $100. $100. Go sell city blocks. Oh, speaking of selling city blocks, I've been fortunate. I've met and did some networking with the commercial real estate agent. In reality, great, sharp guy. That's a hard market to crack. You know what I mean? Like to be able to sell buildings and land in reality. And, you know, he's a brilliant person, you know, everybody in this audience is brilliant too. I have no doubt you couldn't sell commercial real estate, but go try to get into a company to do that. Right. Yeah. Good luck. Come back and tell us on that on another show. How you did
that. like I tried to sell virtual real estate. It's too difficult.
Yeah, $100, you can go sell buildings, skyscrapers. Oh, by the way, because in the metaverse, you know, there's no height restrictions, right? So you can build a skyscraper, literally go jack in the beanstalk. You know what I mean? Again, as high as your imagination can go, right? So you could do Airbnbs in the metaverse. I mean, it's like, so I was fortunate to sit down with Jamal and his family and play the cash flow game by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Read about it in 1987. Got to play that game. Fast forward 40 years later, I'm playing that game with Jamal, right? And his family. And that's another great investment to make, is get that game. But, you know, Robert Kiyosaki is really big into real estate, commercial real estate. You had Damian Goodman on the show. Blew my mind with the real estate.
Damian Burris.
Sorry. Damian Burris.
Yeah.
You know, largest black-owned brokerage, real estate brokers in the entire state of South Carolina. I mean, and that real estate, you know, any wealthy person will tell you real estate has always been, since the beginning of even before money. You know, real estate has been a piece that wealthy people and legacies have carried on, you know, and art, you know what I mean? And it's an asset. So now you can go into the metaverse and sell virtual real estate and build your portfolio. Why not?
People are not believing that, man. I mean, we're fortunate that next week the gentleman's going to be coming on, Don, from the MegaVerus, is going to go on and go into depths more. The actual inventor who invented that, man.
Don't miss that.
What'd you say?
Don't miss that show.
No, well, shucks. Don't miss the Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie show. Stop playing. Stop playing. So we're excited about that, because we're excited about that. What you guys have said tonight, people are having awareness now what the metaverse is, what it actually, you know, complies with, what it actually now to them is broken down into their layman's terms, what the metaverse is. And all this stuff is still new, what crypto is. Yeah, that chart is so right.
We're all about early adapting on the Leverage show, right?
Yeah.
Do that. Here you go.
Yeah.
It's about early adapting after opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, the artist. I'm sorry, Lambo. No, I didn't mean catch the.
No. I said that. I was getting ready to say that's one of the key things that I'm so glad you showed that chart, Ken, because a lot of people, they felt like they may be missing it, or they have missed out, you know, or they like, man, I'm behind. So that chart is helping out a lot when you actually say that. That's all I wanted to say, Ken.
No problem. You're exactly right, Lambo. Get the knowledge. It's like competence equals confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thanks to the tutelage, the mentorship I get from these gentlemen. So in college, in my macroeconomics course, 1983, right? Professor comes in, he's dressed like the quintessential Wall Street broker, right? The herringbone glasses and the suspenders, the pleated pants, the pinstripe suit, the beard, mustache. And he says, I'm here to teach you how to get rich. And his thing was stocks, right? But that didn't happen, right? Till now and years later, and the study and being willing and being ready and in comes Jamal, and in comes you, and Blockchain Brown, right? And then you take action, and that thought and concept of being too late just is not relevant. Once you've learned how to ride a bike, you don't think about the time you didn't know how to ride one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no concept of that, right? So it's like once you get started with your life and understanding money, where you came from is in the rear view mirror. You only see forward. You only see and experience forward. So that's a great point, Lambo. It's like that timing, that concept of time, and Jamal gave that analogy that I wrote down in my notes too, with when he shared that with me, a million seconds. Like what? Like, well, apply that to money. And it's like $100,000 is nothing. It really isn't. $1 million is nothing, right? Because it's concepts. Just get in a vehicle and go. You know what I mean? Like, go. I'm sorry. I feel like I should have started off with that disclaimer of the Disney movie Up. There's that dog named Doug, and he's got that collar and he talks. He's going swirl. That's me all day long, right? But when I realized it, so is everybody else.
But we love that about you, kid. We love that about Jamal. We love that about you. There is a question though, man. Okay. Jamal, read it out, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to it. So you are telling me that I can do any occupation in the metaverse? Absolutely. Cynthia.
Go above.
I'm gonna paint a little different picture for you. So let's say we're doing the Lambo Drew Leverage show in the metaverse. So instead of us being on squares, we have our avatars, and the three of us currently will be sitting maybe on stage. Our avatars sitting on stage. Everybody who's here has their own avatar in the audience or hanging out, whatever. Let's say, okay, somebody decides that they're hungry while this program's going on, because we have been going for over 2.5 hours. So now they hit a button that has some sort of food symbol on it, and it pulls up a menu of restaurants that do delivery right in your particular neighborhood. I could be here in Columbus. Drew could be in Denver, and we're hungry, say, well, we're going to get something to eat while we're dealing with our avatars or having a meeting or doing the show, or any of the audience wants to go ahead and participate and have some sort of food because they're hungry now. The food would be delivered to your house, similar to like Uber Eats. This is all capable right now. And so it's a more interactive and more intimate space than us just being on these squares right now on your screen. And there are some people, we as people crave this. So even with Lambo's, let's say the credit mentoring program, that can be right there in the metaverse. They come to a storefront, somebody's looking for help with their credit. And when they interact with the storefront in the metaverse, well, it rings directly to Andrew's phone. And there's been a recording done with Lambo in front of a green screen so that they can actually see his face as it is right now and explain some basic stuff. And then it's like contact this number or press here to get a personal consultation. Connections to his ebooks even before then. These are the options that you have. You can have we'll call it a robo avatar assistant interact with these people before they make the commitment to sit down with whatever sort of service that you're providing. Or if it's a product, like Ken said, you could buy the shoes. If you like the shoes, the Nike shoes, and you buy a pair in the form of a quote unquote NFT for your avatar, and then you're shipped the actual pair to your home. And I think that setup, they even have it in a way that if you never want to have the actual physical pair, that it would just follow the NFTs. So they would store it for you, and you sell it to the next sneakerhead that's out there. But anything that you can imagine is what can be done in this space. And that's where everyone's going to go, because guess what? Another quarantine is coming. Another shutdown is eventually going to happen in the future. So how are you going to function? And we've been shown through this last pandemic that guess what? We thought that we had to go into the office to do all this work, and you don't.
No, you're doing it right there at the push of a button, a laptop, an iPad, a phone, or whatever. And that's what we're talking about, this metaverse. I know, Sharon she's got the question. Listen, this may sound foreign to y'all. It may sound like it may not be real. It may not exist. What we're saying is it's literally a virtual reality world coming to this. What is she speaking of then? Well, oh, okay. Total different one then. Don't 86 that. What I just said. They asked about if I'm resting. All right, cool. We good. Thank God for my media team, man, on top of it. They like, Drew, that ain't it. I was, because the emoji, didn't y'all, when y'all looked at that, y'all thought the same thing that I was thinking about, like a question of, like, okay, like, what are we talking about? Like,
right.
Okay, I mean, and thank God for the media team getting in there and saying, Drew, no, that's not it. But for those who don't understand out there, what Jamal and Ken was actually explaining, this is a different world that we're moving to, regardless of where you like it or not. Your Instagram is changing, your Facebook is changing. Things that you do on social media and all of this other stuff will revolve around the metaverse. Period. You guys are going to see, whether you like it or not, they're spending billions upon billions into this space. And that's what it is. Look at my wife. I'm the media team yelling in the back.
Let me take a little pressure off you, Lambo.
Yeah.
So, folks, if y'all pay attention to movies, TV programs, I love sci-fi. If you go back to the original Star Trek back in the 60s and early 70s, guess what? They had the communicators. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Guess what? That was Motorola, right? That was, that was the cell phone sort of a thing. In the 80s, the movie Tron had the first touchscreen computer. Guess what? Star Trek The Next Generation had what we call, or now, a tablet.
Yeah.
Minority Report had some tech on it that, we're dealing with now. If you look at all these movies and line them up, they're showing us stuff. And think about this. If you're looking for what people think the metaverse may be, is that movie Ready Player One.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you take a look at that movie, that's someone's imagination. Is it going to be exactly like that? No, it's not going to be exactly like that. But, there are hints given, and if man can imagine it, it's only a matter of time before it happens.
Yeah.
if you go back and you tell somebody that we were doing what we're doing right now, 300 years ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, they would say you're crazy. Correct. Or you're dealing with witchcraft.
Correct.
Folks, we don't have to, we don't have to buy into all of it, but just observe and recognize that things are moving, things are developing. But they got us so busy trying to survive, they done fed us all this misinformation. And one of my favorite quotes is, the man who controls the diameter of your learning controls the circumference of your actions.
Yeah.
Now, that's by Dr. Calvin Mackey. Folks, take some time to lift your head up out of the sand, look up into the sky, turn your head and observe what's going on, and you will be amazed. Get out of your comfort zone, because that's what social media has done, is made an echo chamber of your own comfort zone, and you think that what you experience is what everybody else has experienced, and nobody else's experience that's different from yours is valid or relative or important. No.
Yeah.
We have to have these different experiences in order to learn, to grow, to develop. The guy who came up with the idea of radio waves, they committed him. They said he was crazy. There was no way in the world you're going to be able to transmit a signal without it being on a medium, on a wire. That's the technology they had back then. And we up here doing video with no wires attached.
Correct.
Real time.
We take this for granted now. We take this for granted. But this is a major technological advancement. And there's going to be more of them, folks. So all we're saying is, guess what? We done caught wind of some things where we can make some money. We can better our lives. We don't have to be at the back of the bus, like in a lot of cases we've been, and just have a little courage and execute. Is it going to be perfect? Are you going to lose some money? Yes. Or are you going to make some mistakes? Yes. But you're not going to die.
Yeah. Jamal's saying we're not going to die. And he's so right about that. Well, Cynthia Davis, fellas, says thank you. So we're getting on the beginning. We're getting in on the beginning level of monopolized wealth of the metaverse. Is that right, fellas?
That's an opportunity that's out there. If you're not afraid to execute, and you're going to learn about a particular project next week. And Ken and I and Andrew, soon to be, are heavily involved in this particular project. And it's only been live for 6 weeks. Am I right on that, Ken?
Something like that. Yep.
Okay. So you have the opportunity. So very early, you're going to hear about some amazing things that are going to be happening this summer. And if you choose, and, once Don shares the information, if it resonates with you, on whatever sort of level, you can afford to get in, and they're making it reasonable. And it's the first family-friendly metaverse that does commerce. So it's all about business. It's all about family friendly, because I'm not sure how much y'all know about the metaverse, but some folks out here are acting a fool with these avatars, just like they act a fool in real life. Actually, more so as avatars than in real life. So, this is the first family friendly metaverse project.
Yeah. Ken, what you got to say about that? You want to add something to that?
Yes.
Tracy said the Jetsons.
Yes. So the entertainment industry. So I just read too recently that Disney has hired a guy to get them into the metaverse.
Okay.
And so you think about, it's just going to change the way, as Jamal said, and enhance how we do what we do, right?
Yeah.
How we go about our daily lives is just going to, as I choose to see it, going to be enhanced through this technology that is world changing. That is, like Jamal said earlier, the internet changed things. Well, cryptocurrency is growing faster in adoption than what the internet did. And look what the internet did, right? So cryptocurrency is now another layer. NFTs are another layer. Now the metaverse is on top of all of that. And an experience that we've yet to fully grasp. But again, going back to that early adopter stage, I mean, it's so relevant because now you have an opportunity to change your legacy, create your legacy, change your family's legacy, just make a difference. Thanks to your show, Lambo, when you had Damien on, and I realized that my purpose here is to edify people, to edify dreams and goals and beliefs and other people's vision. That is my purpose. And through the vehicle of technology and working with people, and it's just, the metaverse is, it's a frontier that you don't want to miss, because it's happening with or without you. And I love how you said that, Andrew, and you kept emphasizing, that'll be a different show, right? We're just talking about opportunity to make a difference, to do some things, to, go from working full-time to working for yourself, or, go to growing an investment portfolio. These are just vehicles and tools for you to be able to do that. So again, you get that money thing out of the way, and you can do what God has called you to do. Find your purpose, live your purpose, move in your purpose, and help others, because it's all about the sharing of it. And I tell my kids, so I have 5 kids, and I tell each one when I'm talking to them, you're my favorite child if you get what I'm telling you, if you understand. And my oldest son's like, Dad, you're such a male organ by saying that. And I'm like, well, I can do that, because I'm dad, right? But it's like a give and take kind of thing, and they understand it and they love it too. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so amazing to be able to have these opportunities and just like know that this stuff is real. It's out here. Like, how many times you drive through a nice neighborhood, you see somebody in an amazing car, and you go, what did they do?
Yeah.
How'd they get that? Well, keep coming to this show. You know what I mean? Learn a few things, take some action. Oh, you can drive that car too. You know what I mean? You can live in that house too. Living proof of that with Jamal. You know what I mean? I went from, bankruptcies twice, home foreclosure once, car repossession, credit goes from 640 to 740 in 30 days. And it's just like this mind-boggling stuff. And, buying this condo was so easy. Thank God, because of the lessons. It was like, that's it. That's all. Let's do another one. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like the fear, that got removed with the education, with the knowledge, with the information, backed with some action, and backed by trust and confidence, right, of the people that is sharing that with you. And I mean, I'm definitely on a serious Doug up squirrel moment here, but the metaverse, don't miss it. Be a part of it, because it's happening with or without you. You have the opportunity now to decide how you're going to utilize it, how you're going to leverage it.
Yes.
Right?
And that's what we want to be here. We want to help them to leverage it, man. My wife said, amen, Ken, man. hearing your testimony and hearing exactly you being changed and transformation.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I find gratitude in this show tonight. I truly do, because I find that everything, man, two gentlemen who have decided to go ahead and go against all odds, put the work in, and really show people that this thing can change and their lives can change. With the metaverse, with crypto, with investments, with budgeting, with healthy credit, healthy financial tips, with all of these things, your lifestyle can change. Learning how to leverage your capital when you actually have it available. Your lifestyle can change. Hearing Ken's testimony, hearing Jamal Titus's testimony of where they started at, knowing that they needed a change in some areas. Now, it wasn't like they were destitute sitting out there on the street, but what it was they wanted a change internally to challenge themselves. And they internally not only changed their life, but changed their family's life, and also changing people's lives around them. So we're ecstatic about that for you guys, man. Listen, let the people know how can they get a hold of you guys. I'm ecstatic about that because we didn't punch them in the face over 3 hours tonight, fellas.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Let us know how they can get a hold of you guys, man.
You can email me at Faluke Unlimited LLC. I did drop it in the chat earlier. At gmail.com. That's probably the easiest way to reach me. I've been inspired and encouraged. I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. You hear it finally. I know I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna name my show "Maximize Your Money." So in the coming weeks, you'll hear that because all of this goes into that. But it's Faluke Unlimited LLC at gmail.com.
Did I do it right? Look on the screen, Jamal. Did I do it right?
Let me see here. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That is it. That's it right there. So just to let you know, Faluke means in God's hands. That's a name, a Nigerian name. But I'm just looking to help. And again, Ken, when it comes to the precious metals, the metaverse, he's just been doing his thing. I'm so proud of him. I'm just excited about the big things that are going to happen in Ken's life. And it's funny, what you see here, folks, is 3 generations of information that has been passed, starting with Lambo to me, and then from me to Ken. and we're looking to have a whole lot more in the family, folks. A whole lot more in the family.
Yeah. Jamal, I love it. Also, y'all go follow Jamal on YouTube as well as not YouTube, Instagram. Instagram as well at Credit Maximization, or at, golly, he got too many. He got Credit Maximization.
I know.
He got crypto _of_a_addict. Confessions of a crypto addict.
Confessions of a crypto addict with the underscore between the words. That's why I just left it at my email address, because I'm like, I don't want to confuse the people out here.
Yeah.
But so I'm doing a little crypto thing there. Credit Maximization is where it all started. Meeting Andrew, doing his mentorship program, changed my life. I'm helping to change some other people's lives. Ken's been a beneficiary of that, and now he's been empowered to stand on his own 2 feet, which I'm so happy and proud of. And Ken, give them your contact information.
So I got Ken's. Y'all go supply his YouTube at Kennard Haynie, Kennard Hyanie. Y'all go like, subscribe to the channel, man. Please like, subscribe. Y'all go follow. Hit that notification bell as well. Hit that notification, send it all the way up to all. To all. So make sure that notification bell is turned on to all. So every time, man, Ken drops a YouTube on there, man, you guys can go on there, like, chat, support. Man, Ken is doing big things over on that YouTube. I'm so proud of him on that, man.
Thanks.
On YouTube channel.
Thanks, Lambo.
And,
Thanks for the
and it's
shout-out.
it's not a marathon session over there either. I think as long as videos like 4 minutes. Most of them run about 2. So folks, just don't be scared. Don't be scared after this program.
Look. Hey, Ken, anything you want to say about your channel, man?
It's deliberate. You know, Jamal's right. I mean, I'm going to shake it up for you, though, because I'm interviewing him. So Jamal is, I've been blessed to, the male friends that I have in my life are part of my mastermind group, came from a book, Think and Grow Rich. And also Wallace Waddles talks about it in The Science of Getting Rich. And you can have imaginary members of your mastermind group. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I've been fortunate with real ones. And I'm going to be interviewing Jamal here to be a guest on my show. I don't have a name. On my YouTube channel, Kennard Haynie. That's it, YouTube, Kennard Haynie. And Lambo, I would love to interview you two one day, sir. Talk about the time, because I consider you part of my mastermind group. What I've learned from Jamal, from you, it just gets gooder and gooder.
Now your daughter's gonna come out and say, "Dad, what did I tell you?"
That's not a college-educated word. That's the whole point. So I deliberately keep my YouTube short for now because our attention spans are not that long. You know what I mean? This has been a synergistic reality virtual practice run, and just the energy and just, you know, you just get on this show. I mean, it's like, this has been nothing. I mean, because it comes out. You pour out, Lambo. So you pour out all the time. And so I receive it. And Jamal pours out to me and I receive it. And, you know, you don't even stop and think anymore about when you couldn't. You know what I mean? And when you did, you know, all those negatives and I can't and limiting things just go behind. So, yeah, my YouTubes are deliberately short right now because my thoughts are all over the place. And I just want to, I'm just building trust and with people, and I just want people to be able to relate. You know what I mean? And because we all start somewhere, right? And I'm there. I'm not where I'm gonna be yet. You know, like Jamal says, it's coming. That's not even a question. It's just so I want to keep that in mind as I do the YouTubes, just to like bring people in. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for everybody that's watched, liked, and shared. I'm up to 500 subscribers now and counting, but you know, I'm gonna get where you are one day too, Lambo Juice. So thank you. You know what I mean?
Man,
so,
I was just at where we at 4 subscribers when we first started, right, fellas? Y'all both remember that. They both remember that. 4 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're at 4,500 now. Yeah, 4,500, man. So shout out to you guys, man, over for getting this out. It's because of y'all, man. Y'all were the ones getting the channel out, telling people about it. And then people just started saying, man, look, y'all got to go watch that channel. Y'all got to go watch them because they are doing something. You'd be surprised. Shout out to even my guy, Points Blank Rod, man. Yeah. He had got on here, man. It's because of them. Audrey, Truesdale, Credit Plug, a lot of these other different ones, Josh Van Horn. The list goes on and on of people who I jumped on the channel. It's just like, man, Drew, y'all go support him channel. And they kept saying it, go support, go support, go support. But it's because of you guys, man. Jamal Titus and Kennard Haynie, man. Y'all out here sharing this video with your loved ones, with your friends, with your family. You know, people you care about, your community, to make this community our community. This community is y'all community. Y'all community is my community. My community is everybody's community. And this is our community, man, because of that. So thank y'all, man. Truly thank y'all. I'm more than ecstatic. What you say, Jamal?
I just say thank you so much. You know,
Yeah.
been a tremendous opportunity. I don't take it for granted, you know, to be on this, being a part of this community. I've learned a lot, and I'm looking for learning a lot more in the future too.
We're gonna keep going higher. You know, I'm ecstatic about it and stuff. You know, Ken, you did really well tonight, and Jamal did really well. Shout out to both of y'all on the broadcast for what y'all have been on here. It was just amazing. With Jamal, me holding it together for 3 hours. I still don't know. Y'all been seeing, I've been here like, Lord God, thank you for holding it together. Because I would have been rolled over just probably about the beginning of the show at this point. But I want to thank you guys, man, for giving me the strength to do this show and really get out here, man, and be y'all motivation, man, for the night and watch y'all grow. I'm ecstatic because Jamal, when he first started Ken, I don't know if he ever told you this, he didn't want to even get on. Done. You want me to come on? Andrew, no. I just be in the background. We cool. I'm good. Don't even worry about it. We good. That was his job when he first got here. And I said, Jamal, I got to put you in front of a camera. Come on, man. Look, let's go. No, we cool. I'll sit back here. So if you look at a lot of the Facebook lives when we first started,
Don't do it.
It was so funny. Jamal would stand there and he would always comment, Drew, you're not going to bring me on. I'm like, Jamal, I got to bring you on one of these times. And Jamal, when he first came on, he was like, remember the guy from off of Ferris Bueller's Day Off? The teacher, remember the teacher? Fry.
Revenue, keep your comments to yourself.
Fry. And then remember Bueller. He was when Jamal, I said, Jamal, loosen up, be you, man. They're gonna love you, man. And I am not lying to you. You see Revenue, he laughing all in the comments because it was actually, I just had to put that out there, y'all. This is actually went to a whole new level. Let Revenue say hello. Jamal Titus was so stiff the entire video. He was, hey, I'm not lying to you. Jamal was like this. Bueller.
Yeah,
Folks, the lesson is, folks, start where you are at and you can develop and become better.
Listen, kid, I'm not lying to you. I just had to make that laugh because Jamal, from that point on, I never forget, there was a switch that happened. So for those who are out here in YouTube land and y'all are seeing it on YouTube and Facebook and all the thousands of people who are going to go see this, Jamal was on there and he was as stiff as a board. I wanted to come back and say, Jamal, if I give you this cayenne pepper and I put it on your nose, are you going to scream? Make a little. Just go ahead and make a little noise. And I'm telling you what, we never forget, Ken, that when that switch came for Jamal, we never forget. I said, Jamal, okay, you ready to do the show? Jamal said, yes. Andrew, I'm ready to do the show. Yeah, let's go. And I never forget. I said, man, he said that with aggression. Like, what is Jamal talking about? Next minute, you know, y'all want to see Jamal? I'm about to show y'all this is how Jamal came on the program. Watch me do this. Hi, everybody. I'm Jamal Titus, and I can't even wait for you guys to come. You guys better see it. Crypto this, crypto that, crypto. Crypto in my sleep. Crypto when I wake. Crypto when I go. Crypto. You guys ever see? Look at my eyes. I went to sleep in 3 days.
There's hope for all of us. There's hope for all of us.
Look, I am not lying. Let me say by the 3rd video, Jamal Titus turned on Central Hall. Oh, y'all. Listen, we love you guys, man. Thank you. I had to end the show, man, with a laugh, Ken. So I'm telling you and Jamal, y'all going to do well on your show, well in YouTube. You guys are naturals. The audience are going to love you. People are going to love you. Y'all make sure y'all support them. Support Jamal Titus. I'm sorry, y'all trying to catch my breath. Support Kennard Haynie, man. Make sure y'all going ahead, get a hold of them, and I promise you, they will definitely help change your life, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Great job, guys, man. Shout out to you, Tracy, man. Great. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Shout out to my wifey, man, my PR lady, my AKA. She's my everything, man. My agent, my whole 9. Shout out to you guys, man. We're excited about this. Listen, this is the end of the show. 3 hours and 16 minutes, y'all. We done gave y'all some stuff. We done gave you 3 hours and 16 minutes, man. I knew it. I said, I'm on there with Jamal and Ken. We're going, it's a 3-hour night. I started going and say, I guess y'all get us a 2-bottle water night. We're going to have us a good time because I've been wanting to do this. And I thank you. Thank you, guys. I told y'all. I honor y'all, man, more than anybody coming on the show. And I want to thank you guys for y'all coming rock out with us tonight. Well, listen, y'all. We're out of time. We definitely ain't out of Mexico, out of time. We're out of time. And we done went, man, harder than a black folks church in the South from Church of God in Christ on a Sunday morning after Easter. And those who know, who have been in the Church of God in Christ on a Sunday of Easter, it's getting ready to go about 4 or 5 hours. So listen, y'all. We love y'all. We got to go, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Leverage Show. Same bad time, same bad station. Next week, Tuesday night at 8 p.m., we're going to have our guy, Don, from the MegaVerus coming to the broadcast. And they're going to talk more about the MegaVerus. So you guys don't want to miss that. I'm almost out of air and out of breath. Y'all see me wincing. But I love you guys. Have a great night. You guys have an awesome week. I'm praying and speaking blessings over y'all, speaking favor over y'all, speaking the blessing of God over y'all. May your barns increase. May your family be protected. And may you be covered with the blood of Jesus Christ. And amen, we pray. Amen and amen. We love you guys. Have a great night. Take care. My guy Ken's still in the building. But guess what? We out of here.